Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
In the great words of Charlie Adams, it is such a beautiful day out. 77 degrees and sunny here in Yarmouth, Massachusetts, as we welcome you Diamondside at Merrill Red Wilson Field. The only show tonight in the Cape Cod Baseball League, your Hyannis Harbor Hawks and the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. I'm Max Schwartzberg, pleased to be joined alongside Quincy Bell and Charlie Adams. Welcome to Harbor Hawks Baseball. Well, last week we were supposed to play these Red Sox here at Red Wilson Field. The weather had some other plans. The field was deemed unplayable because of conditions from the night prior. So today, here on Monday, the only game going on tonight, and Quincy, Hyannis and Y-D, two teams that have kind of been an interdivision rivalry, ready to get going.
Yeah, this is a big chance for Hyannis. Since nobody else in their division is playing, they can only gain ground if they win, and if they lose, they won't lose any ground in the division. It's a big opportunity. They got thumped the last time they played here at Red Wilson Field, 17-1 on July 3rd, but on July 4th, they rebounded and beat the Red Sox 9-2, their biggest defeat of the year so far. And Hyannis hoping they can do the same thing here in the fourth and final meeting.
Y-D currently sits 26-7-1 atop the Eastern Division. They have been dang good all season long, except for July 4th against the Harbor Hawks. A season-high 16 free passes. Charlie Adams standing by with skipper Mitch Carricker. Take a listen.
Charlie Adams pregame alongside skipper Mitch Carricker ahead of the action against Y-D. Yesterday, the pitching staff held an offense that had 14 runs to 0 runs. Today, the pitching staff is facing an offense that scored 15 runs yesterday. How can they repeat success?
Yeah, just executing pitches. We did a really good job of that last night. We feel good about Bosch on the mound, and when he's on, he's really tough to hit. So we need another good start out of him tonight.
Speaking about Ryan Bosch, he had one of his best starts of the summer last time out versus Orleans. What improvement have you seen from him?
Yeah, just overall command. Fastball command for him is big. Makes his off-speed stuff play really, really well. He's developing a changeup, which has come a long ways since when we first started. So just the arsenal and then the ability to locate that arsenal is really important for him. And when he does it, it's electric like we've seen.
And Nick Trombowski's jumped to the leadoff spot these past couple games with Matt Einish down. Now Einish back in the lineup, but Trombowski's still batting second tonight. What did you like out of him to keep him in the top of the order?
Yeah, he gives us competitive at-bats. He's not afraid, plays the game hard, understands the strike zone really, really well. With him and Matty up at the top, we feel really good about the start, and gives us some length in the lineup, which we really like.
All right, Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Chaz. Well, we have a great pitching matchup tonight for Hyannis, Ryan Bosch, and for the Red Sox, Dimitri Angelakos. But Bosch, Quincy, coming off his best start of the summer against Orleans.
Yeah, Bosch was a reliever to start the summer after 3 appearances. Mitch Carricker moved him to the rotation, and last time out against Orleans, he was nails. 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs. Only walked just 2. That's the key for Bosch. He sometimes struggles with free passes, but if he can get his control in the zone, he's a really tough left-handed pitcher to hit.
Well, one guy who was in the lineup for Hyannis at the top, Matt Einish, in after 3 games sidelined with a finger injury, and Ethan Wax caught up with him.
You have a formidable opponent coming in here as I catch up with Matt Einish. Matt, What's the game plan ahead of Hyannis playing Y-D today?
Yeah, whole team sticking to our routines pregame, getting our work in, and then feeling good to start the game, and trust the process and see where it takes us.
How do you keep the good times rolling after yesterday's incredible hitting and pitching performance?
Yeah, even though it was a win, you still move on to the next day. It's a new day, and we got to go back and do what we did yesterday today.
You're in the middle of 11 games in an 11-day stretch. How's the body feeling physically with the rest of the guys?
Yeah, as good as it can be, taking care of ourselves, whole team wise, and just taking it one day at a time.
Thank you and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Guys.
Well, I think, Dean, they're allowing you to find your own success and your own true independence.
Dean is a whole group of all different kinds of people and communities.
Since I've come to Dean, I've learned a lot of time management skills.
Our community is especially tight-knit, and the majority of our students live on campus. And you are guaranteed 4 years of housing while you attend Dean.
Dean is just full of opportunities for you to embrace, to welcome, so you can change yourself to who you want to be and form your career for the future.
So go through that, all right? Think that way.
Be a bulldog. Have a bulldog mentality in everything you do in life, whether you're playing sports or in the classroom or just socializing around campus.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Yarmouth, Dennis, and Hyannis first pitch moments away here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Let's meet Mitch Carricker's starting nine. Matt Einish back in the lineup. He'll lead it off with Nick Dromboski batting second. The switch hitter Jax Jimenez bats third. Charlie Bates, Clay Thompson, and Andrew Lamb the middle of the order for Mitch Carricker. In the back half, back three, Henry Zener, Taylor Kirk, and Brody Briggs. And it's a welcome sight to see Einish back in the lineup facing off a great pitcher, Quincy, and Dimitri Anhalakos.
Yeah, this guy was solid during this past spring at Georgia Tech. He had an ERA of 3.81, a whip under 1. He doesn't walk a lot of batters. He's a very effective pitch-to-contact type of guy.
6 lefties and 1 switch hitter in the starting lineup for Mitch Carricker. As Dimitri Anhalakos toes the slab, righty, pitching out of the windup. Kicks in, fires the first pitch. Fastball low for ball 1. And we are underway. 4:30 p.m. first pitch right on the dot. Einish riding a 5-game hit streak as the 0-1 fastball clips the outside corner. A ball and a strike apiece. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the first inning. Einish 1 out of 9 with 3 strikeouts against Y-D this summer. And he'll take a bender low, and the count swings in his favor. 2 balls and a strike.
And good job working ahead. Like you mentioned, it's really nice to see him back in the lineup. The active Hyannis leader in batting average.
On a 2-1, Einish swings and rips it on the line, deep to right center field. Soder's going back. He's not going to get there. It bounces up and over for a rule book double for Matt Einish.
Yeah, he caught that pitch out ahead and just crushed it deep into the right center field gap. That's a high wall out there. It's about at least 10 feet. And that ball just took one bounce on the warning track and got over. Great job to get the leadoff man on.
Make it a 6-game hitting streak for Einish. And up comes Nick Dromboski playing in Game 4 of the Cape League Summer. and he's got hits in all 3 so far. Righty on lefty with Hyannis on second base. Hyannis has stolen a bag in each of his last 3 games. First pitch to Dromboski is taken down, or swung on and missed. 0-1. Hyannis, 9 out of 33. That's a 273 clip with guys in scoring position against the Red Sox this season. The 0-1 fastball up and away, 1-1.
And the last time Hyannis played here at Red Wilson Field, they scored first with Liam Barrett hitting a leadoff home run. Trying to do the same thing, but get a better result today.
That was a streak where Hyannis scored in the first inning in 5 straight back in the middle of the summer. 1-1 the count. Angelicos comes home as Dromboski shows to bunt and goes around 1-2.
I like the idea there. Try to move him to third with 1 out, but Dromboski just barely missed it. And now he's got to swing away on 1-2.
Dromboski, a rising sophomore out of Stony Brook. The Seawolves. As Angelicos looks at Hyannis, taking his lead off second, comes home with a 1-2 pitch, chopped on the ground up the first base line out ahead.
This guy's been making contact since he's been brought to the Harbor Hawks. 14 at-bats, he's only struck out 3 times.
25 walks to 27 punch-outs in 44 games this past spring at Stony Brook. Hyannis held on by the shortstop Ryder Robinson. The 1-2 is a fastball slap foul to the screen. We'll do it again at 1-2. Y-D comes into this game first in the Cape League with a 2.39 team ERA, and it's not even close. Brewster, the next closest team, is in the 3s. Here's the 1-2 once more, and it's a bender to the backdoor, strike 3 called. First strikeout of the day for Dimitri Angelicos.
Just a good pitch right there. Had Dromboski fooled. He just told Jax Jimenez coming up to the plate right now what he saw.
Jimenez playing in game 21, although he's batted second in 19 out of 20. So batting third for the first time this summer. The only other time he did not bat second was on June 30th, which he led off against Katuitt. Spits on a first pitch breaking ball downstairs, 1-0.
He's been the hottest bat in the Harbor Hawk lineup, rocking an 8-game hit streak right now.
The longest streak for a Hyannis Harbor Hawk this season. 1-0 the count. The pitch on the way is a fastball fouled back, and the count level, a ball and a strike apiece with 1 out in the inning. Hyannis on second base. Hyannis batting in the visiting half of the top of the first. Long pause in the hill for Angelicos, who looks back. Hyannis now comes home with a 1-1 pitch. Up and away. That's going to get to the backstop. Hyannis walks to third on a wild pitch, and Hyannis has its first run 90 feet away.
And that's huge. No harm, no foul with Dromboski not being able to get the bunt down because Hyannis moves up anyway. A lot of ways you can get him home now. Sack fly, ground ball. Another wild pitch.
Last night, Hyannis took down Wareham 3-0, and the Gatemen had 3 wild pitches, and Hyannis cashed in. Corners are in. Here's the 2-1. Jimenez takes a fastball outside. 3 balls and a strike. Angelicos now pitching out of the windup. Comes home with a fastball inside for ball 4. Runners at the corners with 1 out, and up comes Charlie Bates.
Good job of making a patient at bat there for Jimenez.
That walk is our free pass of the game presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. capecod.edu/free for more. Hyannis on third, Jimenez on first. First pitch to Bates is a fastball swung on and missed, 0-1.
Yeah, Bates had a rough day back in his first game from injury yesterday. He went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts against the Gatemen. A hit here could be huge for his just confidence going forward.
Middle infield and double play depth Want to know the count? The pitch on the way is well high with a fastball, and the count back even 1-1. Bates returned from injury last night against Wareham. He was sidelined since July 17th when he got spiked against Orleans as Angelicos checks over at first base, and Jimenez is back with a head-first dive.
That was close over there.
Big lead for Jimenez, who leads the team in stolen bases. He's running. The pitch is a ball to throw down in the second. Not in time, and Hyannis comes home. A double steal for Hyannis.
I'm surprised Y-D didn't try to cut that throw off and go home, because Hyannis immediately broke, and Y-D just sort of was trying to get the out. They didn't even get that at second base. A good job to steal a run there for the Hawks.
The two Harbor Hawks stolen base leaders back at their old tricks. 1-0 Hyannis in the top of the first inning. Angelicos looks back at second. Kicks in, fires. A fastball swung on and missed. Blew it by Bates, and the count even 2-2. From June to July, Bates' strikeout rate has jumped up right around 10%. Still has been a successful summer in year 2 with Hyannis for the Cape League All-Star. Jimenez on second, and a 2-2 fastball up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
He's a fighter up there. You know he's going to battle at the plate. Tells you a lot that he was able to come back after suffering that foot injury.
On a 3-2. Angelicos looks back, comes home, and Bates swings and misses strike 3. Goes to the bender, and Bates is out ahead. Second strikeout of the inning for Dimitri Angelicos.
It was just a good pitch. Dropped below the bat of Bates, and he swung right over it.
2 outs, a man in scoring position, and 1 run home. Up comes Clay Thompson. Playing in Game 6 of the Cape League Summer. He was activated 10 days ago on July 17th against Orleans, and he is the recipient of strike 1. Coming into this outing, Angelicos, an 0.77 ERA through 11 2/3. 0-1 fastball right down the middle, 0-2.
Less than 1 run per 9 innings. Hyannis already with 1 so far, looking to make it 2. Thompson has been pretty solid with guys in scoring position.
Jimenez takes his lead off second. He's running for third. The pitch is outside. No throw down from Cade Carr. They're going to call interference on Clay Thompson and send Jimenez back to second base.
I believe Jimenez took a step out of the box, which would mean that he's in the way of Cade Carr, the catcher. If he just
Thompson
stood in the
took a step. Jimenez is on second.
No, I meant that Thompson impeded the catcher.
Yeah, you said Jimenez.
Oh, apologies.
1-2 the count. The pitch on the way. Thompson swings, pops it foul right in our direction, and it'll fall about 5 feet to the right. And we just got the baseball. There it is, folks. Pretty cool. All right, we got to keep that thing.
Got to.
All right, let's both sign it right now. Jimenez still on second base. 1-2 the count. Angelicos looks back and comes home. Thompson swings and fouls it back.
I gave the ball to a kid. I was getting yelled at.
All right, that's fair.
Guy behind me goes, "Hey, there's kids around." And I didn't. He'll enjoy it.
It was dropped by one of our media members, Daniel Bottolino.
He needs to have that one.
Here's the 1-2. Thompson swings inside out, sit to second base. Armando Briseño slings to first in time for the final out of the inning. But Hyannis pulls off a double steal. 1 run home on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Harbor Hawks.
There was a very angry man that said, "Hey, there's kids around."
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
1-0 Harbor Hawks now in the last of the first inning. Hyannis got its first run on a double steal in which Einish stole home, Jimenez stole second. And let's meet Scotty Pickler's Red Sox. Jake Souders will lead it off. Phoenix Call bats second. Jake Tharnish will bat third. 4-5-6, Kevin Takayuchi, Tommy Gooden, and Armando Briseño with Cade Carr, Ryder Robinson, and Cole Hansen routing out the starting nine for the Armand Dennis Red Sox. On the hill is Ryan Bosch, who has not pitched in a while, 10 days to be exact, but he's coming off his best start of the Cape League summer.
Yeah, he was really solid against Orleans on the road. He threw 4 shutout innings, only walked 2 guys. That's when he's at his best, is when he's not surrendering free passes.
Those free passes have come back to bite him at times this summer, but still entering with a 4.41 ERA. And as you mentioned, when he's in the strike zone, this guy is as good as they get. Jake Souders to lead it off for the Red Sox here in the last of the first inning. Hyannis on top of Y-D, 1-0 here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Lefty on righty, first pitch fastball at the knees, 0-1. Only one lefty in the starting lineup for Scott Pickler. It's Tommy Gooden and one switch hitter in Ryder Robinson. 0-1 the count. Bosch pitching out of the windup, but it looks like Brody Briggs has a problem with his pitch comm as skipper Mitch Carricker heads out.
This happens at least once a game. Not necessarily for Hyannis, but for the other team as well. Feels like there's always questions with the device.
A very brief meeting between Briggs and Mitch Carricker. In other words, it was about 3 seconds, and Brody's back behind the plate. Tall lefty on the hill for Hyannis. Ryan Bosch, 6'8", 250. The 0-1 is a fastball sent in the air down the right field line. That one will go out of play.
And he's way ahead here. He's got a few options at his disposal here on 0-2.
Souders just announced his transfer commitment to Mississippi State earlier in the week. Here's the 0-2. And he swings and taps it foul up the third base line out ahead. We'll do it again at 0-2. Heading over to the Diamond Dogs from Samford.
And he was really solid with Samford. In 56 games, he hit .356, 11 home runs.
Bosch comes set, has his sign. The righty comes home with a fastball, cut and miss, strike 3. Dialed it up, and Souders is out number 1.
And Bosch has some big strikeout stuff. That time went to the Heat. That's his 20th strikeout now, working in his 16th inning on Cape Cod.
Strikeout per 9, right around 11 for the Harbor Hawks. Here's Phoenix Call. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the first inning. The first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled into the mitt of Brody Briggs, 0-1.
And Phoenix Call is a guy who has been here since day 1 on Cape Cod for Y-D.
0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. It's a fastball right over the inside corner, 0-2. Call was backing up off the plate, but Brody Briggs stuck it and gets the strike call. There's a leadoff strikeout to Jake Souders, and now Call in an 0-2 deficit as the outfield stays back and no doubles defense. Here's the pitch, and it's reached for and tap fell to the screen. We'll do it again. Henry Zener in left, Nick Dromboski in center, Clay Thompson in right. The hot corners, Taylor Kirk at third and Andrew Lamb at first. And up the middle, Charlie Bates and Matt Einish as Brody Briggs does the catching for Bosch. 0-2 the count. The offering is sent in the air to right field, straight away for Clay Thompson. With his sunglasses on, makes out number 2.
A good start from Bosch. He got ahead 0-2 on both hitters, induced a weak fly ball there from Call.
Jace Tharnish standing in for the Red Sox. Unlike Call, he's not been in day one Red Sox. He's only playing in his 5th game of the Cape League Summer, and so far 3 for 16 as Bosch looks to go 1-2-3 in the last of the first. First pitch to him is a chopper on the ground, a shortstop, a diving stab by Bates, but it gets just by him in the left field, a base hit. 2-out single for Jace Tharnish will bring up Kevin Takeuchi.
Yeah, he attacked Bosch early in that count, saw one he liked, and hit it really hard on the ground and just past Bates at short.
Takeuchi has been here since day one. This is game 30 for him. And starting the evening at 2:50 with Tharnish on first base. Bosch will immediately check on him. The big lefty tosses over to Andrew Lamb, Takeuchi's teammate at USC. First pitch on the way to Takeuchi is a fastball up and away. Nice stab from Brody Briggs to keep that one in front of him. 1 ball, no strikes. Brody Briggs making his 3rd start of the summer, but this is game 4 for him. He came in defensively in the bottom of the 9th inning this past Thursday in Bourne. 1-0 will have to wait. A check over at first. And because Briggs is a returner to the Harbor Hawks, these teams have the scouting report that it's probably not the best idea to run on him. One of the best defensive catchers in the entire country out of ASU. Bosch steps off and disengages. As Tharnish takes his lead over at first base. 4 stolen bases on the summer, and the chopper on the ground to third. Taylor Kirk on a high hop goes the short way to second to force out Tharnish for the final out of the inning. No runs a hit and 1 left on. We played 1-0 Harbor Hawks heading to the top of the second.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
1-0 Hyannis leads Y-D, now heading to the top of the second inning. Dimitri Anhalako still on the mound for the Red Sox. He will face 6, 7, 8, Andrew Lamb, Henry Zener, and Taylor Kirk. If anybody gets on, Brody Briggs will have a chance. And in the first inning, Hyannis got its first run on a double steal in which Jimenez stole second and Matt Einish stole home.
Yeah, those two back to their old tricks of just swiping bags. They've really added another element to this Hyannis team because they didn't steal hardly any bags before those two got to the Cape.
Hyannis dead last in swipes in the month of June. as Andrew Lamb to lead it off here in the top of the second inning. Hyannis on top of Y-D, 1-0 here at Red Wilson Field. Lamb has reached safely all 12 games at the plate this summer, although this is game 13. He came in as a defensive replacement for Blake Primrose in July, and he'll make it a 13-game on-base streak. Sends the first pitch through the gap, left side of the infield, up the middle, base hit.
Everything this guy hits is hard. That ball was smashed up the middle, no chance there.
They were shifting him the pole. The big lefty, Ryder Robinson, the shortstop, was playing to the second base side of the bag. So leadoff base runner for Hyannis. The Harbor Hawks' second hit of the night in as many innings. And up comes Henry Zener, as Anhalakos immediately checks on Lamb, who's back with a stand, who's back standing. First pitch on the way to Zener is a breaking ball that misses the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Zener did not play last night against Wareham. He's been getting a few more days off as of late. 1-0 the count on Halakos. Comes home with a fastball that clips the outside corner, and the count level, a ball and a strike apiece with Lamb on first and nobody out in the inning. Looks like Dimitri Anhalakos might be calling his own game on the pitch com, as Lamb, who does not have great speed, does not have a big lead over at first. 1-1. Breaking ball dropped by the catcher, Cade Carr. That might have costed him a strike. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, it's always tough when the pitch is close, but you just can't put a glove on it. You don't really give the umpire a reason to call it a strike, because that was really a close pitch on the corner.
Zener has torched Yarmouth Dennis this summer. 4 out of 9 with a home run and 4 runs batted in. And it looks like more pitch com trouble here at Red Wilson Field. This time it's Anhalakos, not Brody Briggs, behind the plate for the Harbor Hawks. Exchanging his pitch com. And now the catcher, Cade Carr, will get his fine-tuned. I gotta say, this happens an awful lot.
It's not very convenient when it just happens in the middle of an inning and then everyone has to stop.
Lamb on first base, 2-1 the count. The pitch on the way is starting to stop from Lamb as Zener swings, sends it on the fly ball deep down the left field line, but nobody has a play. Kicks over by the Y-D bullpen, and the count back even 2-2.
No. It's for us. It's all relevant.
1-0 Harbor Hawks here in the top of the second inning. Y-D, the top of the Cape League standings, leading the East by 2 points over Brewster at 26-7-1. Before the 2-2, a check over from Anhalakos to Andrew Lamb, who's back safely, but he got dirty. Hyannis currently second in the Western Division, behind the Bourne Braves by 7 points. Count even 2-2. Anhalakos kicks and fires a fastball just upstairs, and the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
This would be huge if Zener can reach. You'd put guys on first and second, and then maybe you have Taylor Kirk put down a sac bunt.
We'll see if they put Lamb in motion. He is running, and the pitch is lined to first and caught by Tommy Gooden, and he'll just step on the bag. Unfortunate for Hyannis.
Yeah, Zener hit that one hard, but just in the worst spot because Tommy Gooden had to catch it and take 1 step for a double play.
So just like that, 2 outs, nobody on, and Taylor Kirk standing in. Kirk riding a 6-game hitting streak in which he's 8 out of 25, and he's the recipient of strike 1, a heater at the top of the zone. This guy has turned the dial ever since it hit July, and really ever since he announced his commitment to UCLA. Anhalakos back out of the windup, kicks and fires a pitch that's tap foul at the plate. Taylor Kirk was out ahead of a breaking ball that on the foul ball got a big piece of the catcher, Cade Carr, And the home plate umpire, Kevin Saxton, giving some professional courtesy and walking a baseball out. Carr's still pretty banged up. Now he's getting checked on by a trainer.
And she's looking at his, looks like his throwing hand.
He's just crouched just beyond the right-handed hitting batter's box and seems like he's in pain, and it looks like Scott Pickler might be asking somebody to come out here, potentially take over for Cade Carr.
He's due up third in the bottom of the second.
Trainer now walking him into the dugout. I don't see anybody putting on any gear at the moment, although now it looks like the Red Sox starting to get a little bit active in that category.
I know if there's a pitcher that gets injured, the new pitcher has as much time as he wants to get ready. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing for catchers, although probably wouldn't take too much longer.
He'd probably get a couple pitches, but... And Hyannis is going to bring its trainer over to check on Carr. It's a quick meeting between Mitch Carricker and Scott Pickler. Injury delay here in the top of the second inning. Hyannis on top of the Red Sox, 1-0 at Red Wilson Field. I think another concern is because Y-D does not have lights, all these delays could come into factor later in a potential light out.
Well, the good news is that there's not a single cloud in the sky right now. It's as sunny as you can get outside, so it'd have to be pretty quick.
Now there is a catcher out. I can't tell if it's... Mateo Serna will take over for Cade Carr behind the plate.
Serna's been Y-D's primary catcher. Switch hitter, has a lot of pop in his bat.
Really the last thing you want to see is any injury, let alone in summer ball. But Kirk behind in the count 0-2. Hyannis trying to vie for some two-out action on Halakos through a couple warm-up pitches as Mateo Serna getting slotted in behind the plate. Pitch on the way. Kirk swings and launches it in the air deep to left field. Tharnish going back, looking up. He leaps, can't make the catch. It bounces up against the wall. Kirk rounding second. He will stop there with a two-out, two-bagger.
Yeah, he got out ahead of that ball and put a big barrel out to left. Just didn't have the height to leave the yard, but nice job there by Kirk. Hyannis threatening with 2 outs. Wasting no time after the delay there.
Second double of the night for Hyannis in as many innings. And up comes Brody Briggs looking for his first hit of the Cape League summer. This is his third start, and so far 0 for 7. On Halakos, looks back at Kirk. Hyannis batting with a guy in scoring position as Briggs swings and misses strike 1.
No time like the present for Briggs to get his first hit this summer.
2 home runs with Hyannis last year in 21 games. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way, and Briggs swings and pops it up into shallow left field. Jace Tharnish coming over in fair territory, makes the catch for the final out of the inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're heading to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Harbor Hawks.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else. Dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
Bottom of the second inning, Hyannis leading the Y-D Red Sox 1-0 here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Ryan Bosch faced one above the minimum in the last of the first, and he will face 5, 6, 7 Tommy Gooden, Armando Briseño, and not Cade Carr, Mateo Serna, who took over defensively for the injured Carr in the top half of this frame. The lone lefty in the starting lineup for Scott Pickler due to lead it off in Tommy Gooden. Ryder Robinson, who is currently a chance if anybody gets on the switch hitter, but Ryan Bosch looking to throw up another 0.
Hey, he was strong in that first frame, got out ahead of the first 2 hitters 0-2, and gave up a single on the first pitch to the 3 hitter, but induced a slow ground ball from Takeuchi, who we know has a ton of pop in his bat.
Last of the second inning, Hyannis on top of the Y-D Red Sox, 1-0. Tommy Gooden to lead it off against Ryan Bosch. Lefty on lefty. The lone lefty in the starting 9 for Scotty Pickler's Red Sox. First pitch is a fastball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Bosch, a rising sophomore out of Wake Forest, but originally from Fruitport, Michigan. 1-0 the count. The pitch on the way is hit in the air, left side of the infield. Taylor Kirk, the third baseman, in foul ground, will look it away as it curls into the concourse. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bosch was originally the 6th best overall prospect and 2nd best pitching prospect in the entire state of Michigan out of high school. 1-1 the count. Lefty out of the stretch, kicks and fires a breaking ball low, 2-1. But he arrives at Wake Forest with a starter's resume and a starter's mentality. He had started his entire baseball career. Behind in the count, 2-1. Fires a breaking ball away. 3 balls and a strike to the leadoff hitter, Gooden, here in the last of the second. Despite that familiarity with starting, his freshman year didn't really go as planned at Wake Forest. Here's the 3-1, and it's low for ball 4. A leadoff base on balls for the Red Sox. I'll bring up Armando Briseño. Instead of starting, he was thrown into the bullpen. That's not something he had really done, and the early results were shaky. The walks piled up. The command just wasn't there yet this past spring at the start. First pitch on the way to Briseño is a fastball inside, 1 ball, no strikes. But towards the back half of the year, something shifted. He got his command, and he turned into one of the better high leverage arms for the back of the Wake Forest bullpen. Here's the 1-0. Briseño out of the way of a pitch inside, 2-0. Bosch trying to collect himself after the leadoff walk to Tommy Gooden. No stolen bases in 32 games for Gooden on first. 2-0 is hitting the air to deep right center field. Nick Dromboski into the right center field gap. Makes the catch, Bill the cap high for out number 1.
Yeah, Bosch has been coming inside to these right-handed hitters, and they haven't really been able to do much.
So that'll bring up Mateo Serna, who did not start this game. He took over defensively for Cade Carr in the top half of this inning after Carr took a foul ball off the wrist. So essentially thrown into the fire right here. Hyannis looking to roll a pair. They've turned 24 DPs this summer. Pitch on the way is a fly ball to shallow right field. Clay Thompson coming in, and the right fielder reaches up and makes the catch for out number 2.
Similar out to the batter before Cerna. Fastball in and just popped up weakly to the outfield.
That'll bring up Ryder Robinson, the switch hitter, batting right-handed. 11 of Bosch's 12 final outings at Wake Forest scoreless. And he was striking guys out at an absurd rate. 2 outs, Gooden still on first. Hyannis on top of Y-D, 1-0 in the bottom of the second. First pitch on the way to Robinson is a fastball strike over the top, 0-1.
And what's interesting is that when he came to Hyannis, he started as a reliever and then got moved to a starter.
Well, Wake Forest head coach Tom Walter, of course, had a different plan, putting him in the bullpen, but now he wants to see him as a starter. Here's the 0-1. It's to the backstop as Gooden heads up 90 feet on a wild pitch. Some command issues for Ryan Bosch here in the bottom of the second inning after facing one above the minimum and a scoreless first. And that's really what Cape Cod is about. Putting these guys in different positions and situations, a reliever to a starting role, and seeing how they do. And he's done a great job for Mitch Carricker and the Harbor Hawks. 1-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Robinson spits on a fastball upstairs, 2-1. Although Brody Briggs, the backstop, liked it, nodding back to his pitcher and throws the ball back.
And Bosch has developed so much here in his freshman season, not only at Wake Forest, but here on the Cape. He could be a scary good pitcher coming his sophomore, junior years.
Here's the 2-1. Robinson looks at a fastball outside for ball 3. Second 3-ball count of this inning. And it was the leadoff walk to Tommy Gooden to start this frame. As the Red Sox have the tying run in scoring position. Y-D 12 out of 28. That's a .429 average with guys in scoring position against Hyannis this summer. Bosch looking to battle back behind 3-1. The lefty looks back at second. Comes home with a fastball fouled back at the plate. And the count full 3-2. I think it all culminated for Bosch in his last start here for the Harbor Hawks 10 days ago against Orleans. 4 scoreless, the cleanest start of the summer. And again, he's at his best when he's in the zone. 3-2, pitch on the way. Robinson takes downstairs for ball 4. 2 walks in this frame for Bosch, and up comes the number 9 man, Cole Hansen.
It just missed low that time, and the infielders will talk to Ryan Bosch. Andrew Lamb at first and Briggs, the catcher. You got the 9-hitter coming up, Cole Hansen. You got to just attack him because we know how great this Y-D lineup has been at the top. You don't want to see the leadoff man come up with the bases loaded.
Andrew Lamb and Brody Briggs on the mound with Ryan Bosch. The meeting has ended. Hansen, the number 9 hitter, but he's DHing. You don't see that too often. He's playing in game 12 of his summer, and starting the night at 269. With 2 on and 2 down, Y-D batting in the bottom of the second inning, down a run. Bosch trying to collect himself. First pitch to Hansen is pop foul off to the right and out of play. 0-1 advantage for Ryan Bosch.
Hansen took a cut at that one. After the meeting, he's like, all right, he's going to come over the plate. And Bosch did, but Hansen just didn't get a good bat on it.
Average flirting with the 380s at Dallas Baptist this past spring for Hansen. And he'll pop one foul off to the right in a very similar location, 0-2.
It was the same pitch there from Bosch that Hansen was just late on the fastball. Great job bouncing back ahead 0-2, and he has a couple options on where to go against the 9-hitter.
Gooden on second, Robinson on first. Bosch has his sign, takes a breath, comes home. Breaking ball, called, strike 3 over the outside corner. Frozen pizza for Cole Hansen. No runs, no hits, no errors, but 2 left on base. 1-0 Hyannis heading to the top of the third on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. with more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Hyannis leading Y-D 1-0 after 2 innings. It's back to the top of the order. Matt Hyannis, Nick Dromboski, and Jax Jimenez scheduled to face Dimitri Anhalakos. Y-D had 2 on and 2 down in the bottom of the second, but stranded both after Ryan Bosch picked up his second K of the day. And the Harbor Hawks looking to split a season series against a very good Y-D team.
At the top of the order, got the run across in the first inning. Matt Hyannis with the double, and then later stole home on the double steal, first and third. They saw Anhalakis pretty well. I mean, a guy that doesn't really give up anything, an ERA under 1, 2 doubles and a single for the Hawks.
Matt Hyannis to greet Anhalakos here in the top of the third inning. Hyannis on top of Yarmouth Dennis, 1-0 here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Hyannis doubled and scored the lone run in this game back in the first, and he scored on a double steal in which he stole home. Jax Jimenez took second base in a first pitch bender outside 1-0.
They didn't really even try to get Hyannis. The whole goal was just get Jimenez in second. Y-D wasn't even really concerned with conceding the run.
There was only 1 out in the inning at the time as well. 1-0 the count. The pitch on the way to Hyannis is a fastball strike over the outside corner, 1-1. Nobody on, nobody out here in the top of the third inning. Anhalakos pitching out of the windup. The righty comes home with a breaking ball tap foul behind the plate. 1-2. With Hyannis's double in the top of the first inning. He's now riding a 6-game hitting streak. Here's the 1-2. And it's a fastball well away, and the count even 2-2 to lead off the third. This is a Y-D team that came in with a 2.39 team earned run average. By far first in the Cape League. As Anhalakos collects himself on the hill. Hyannis staring in. 2-2. It is sent on the ground to the right side of the infield. Armando Briseño, the second baseman, slides over to his left and slings to first in time for out number 1. First time Anhalakos has retired the leadoff base runner, or leadoff batter, and up comes Nick Dromboski, the first strikeout victim against Anhalakos. So far, 2 punch-outs on the young outing. Righty on lefty. And a fastball strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. This is game 4 for Dromboski, and he's gotten a hit in each of his first 3. Here's the 0-1, and it's a breaking ball, called strike, 0-2. 331 average this past spring at Stony Brook for Dromboski. On an 0-2, he'll swing and miss, strike 3. Fastball dialed up by Anhalakos, and 2 quick outs in the top of the third.
That fastball had some sizzle coming off of it, just blew it right by Dromboski. That was a furious pitch right there. It looked like Anhalakos was, taking out frustration with that heater.
Two quick outs, and up comes Jax Jimenez, who walked and stole second. Shows to bunt, trying to bid for a base hit down the third base sign, but it will curl foul. Jimenez has really showed off the speed this summer. He leads the team in stolen bases with 12 now. Hyannis trailing him by 1.
He can fly. I like the idea because if he can hug it down that third base line, he's going to be safe.
After the bunt, the third baseman Kevin Takeuchi playing even with the cut at third. Jimenez, the switch hitter, batting left-handed. The 0-1 is a broken bat. Little pop-up on the right side of the infield. And the pitcher on Halakos drops it in foul territory. Back-to-back games in which Jimenez has broken a twig.
Yeah, and I believe Angelakis he didn't really have to avoid Jimenez running down to first, but it was definitely in the back of his mind that he was coming. He went for the basket catch, and it just hit off his glove. And Jimenez didn't really impede him, but I think it was just the thought of, hey, there's really fast guys coming down the line.
When Jimenez was chugging it for first base, really didn't have a choice, and it was a very close ball to being in fair territory. Just dropped it foul. 0-2. Pitch on the way to Jimenez. Well high with the fastball, 1-2. Jack's riding a team best 8-game hitting streak. So the Hyannis offense has really picked it up in the month of July. Here's the 1-2. Jimenez swings, cracks it foul off to the left. Takeuchi, the third baseman, running over, but he has no play. This is the first game since game 2 of his summer in which Jimenez has not batted second. It's basically been gospel seeing him in the 2 spot for Mitch Carricker. Hitting 3 tonight. On Halakos, the glove at his face, pitching out of the windup. Pitch on the way. Jimenez swings and cracks it foul. We'll do it again. Battle continues, and he's updating the Hyannis dugout on what type of pitch it was.
And Ahalakis is already up to 51 pitches now in just his 3rd inning. Hyannis has really made him work here.
Outfield and no doubles defense. We'll do it again at 1-2. The 6th pitch of this plate appearance is just low. Tried to stick a bender at the bottom of the zone, and Mateo Serna presented it nicely for Kevin Saxton, the home plate umpire, but it was low, and the count even 2-2.
And Jimenez is making him pay for dropping that foul ball. He's at very least had to throw a bunch more pitches now.
The battle continues. Pitch on the way. Fastball launched on a line down the right field side. Souders will not get there. It bounces in. Jimenez on his way for second. He will stop there with the 3rd double for Hyannis tonight.
I mean, how good has this guy been? That pitch was ripped into the corner and right. He's another guy, just like Andrew Lamb. It feels like everything he hits is hard somewhere. And how about a 9-game hitting streak for Jimenez?
This will induce a mound visit. Pitching coach Eric Beatty heading out to talk with Angelakos and Mateo Serna. It's the first double of the summer for Jax Jimenez.
He had a triple and a home run. No 2-baggers yet, which is surprising, but given his speed, that he hadn't stretched one single into a double. That one was a clean double. It got all the way to the fence.
Charlie Bates standing in once this mound visit concludes, looking to get his first hit since returning from injury. His last base knock was on July 15th against Chatham. Then he was hitless in the last 2 games leading up to his ankle injury and was 0 for 4 last night against Wareham. Hyannis looking to add on top of the Red Sox, 1-0 in the top of the 3rd inning. Dimitri Angelakos looks back at second and comes home. A first pitch down in the dirt, and it's smothered up by Mateo Serna.
It squeaked off his mitt a little bit, but Jimenez stayed put at second. No use risking that with 2 out here.
A lot of guys have had an upward trend from June to July. As Jimenez was leaning the other direction, they throw back to second. Although Ryder Robinson did not apply a tag, Jimenez able to get back in time. Always a threat to steal a base. He's already done so once in this game. The front door is open, though, with Bates, the left-handed hitter. On a 1-0, Bates swings, sends it on the ground at first base. It's backhanded by Tommy Gooden. He'll run it to the bag in time for the final out of the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and Jimenez left. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning, 1-0 Harbor Hawks.
This week we've been working a lot with doing play-by-plays, just doing behind-the-scenes stuff with sports broadcasting, which I never really realized how much went into it, but it's been really cool.
They've grown a lot. I've never really done like a program like this before, so like seeing all the behind-the-scenes has like really grown.
I've learned how to really just gain confidence in my play-by-play speaking, and I've learned more terms here when it comes to directing and producing, and I've just had a great time with John Rook.
Doing the play-by-play stuff and all that, being with a guy like John Rook, understanding what like the major kind of entails doing this camp, just really a preview for what you do here at Dean or any other college doing broadcasting, so I'm definitely more prepared to make this a job of mine.
We're pleased to be joined by Ethan Wax, who's got a report for us. What do you got, Ethan?
Continuity. That seems to be the name of the game as I look to preview you guys for the Y-D Red Sox. They're just flat out remarkable. They're top half in the league in pretty much every offensive category, and they lead the league in ERA. I had a chance to speak with a couple of Hyannis players to try and give me a little bit more color about what makes this Y-D team so dangerous, and they said that they hit the ball, they don't strike out a lot, so they're a very difficult out. So we'll see how this shakes out today as Hyannis looks to keep their 1-0 lead as I turn it back to you guys.
Thanks, Ethan. I mean, yeah, I got to say, this Y-D team is pretty darn good at baseball. It'll be top of the order, Jake Souders, Phoenix Call, and Jace Tharnish scheduled to face Ryan Bosch, who got into a little bit of traffic in the second inning. He stranded 2 on base after striking out the number 9 guy, Cole Hansen, looking. And Souders was a strikeout victim his first time up in the bottom of the first. First pitch on the way, pulled the string with a changeup, and Souders finished his swing yesterday.
It's a beautiful first pitch. Souders was expecting a get-me-over fastball, but he was well surprised.
Y-D batting in the home half of the third inning, trailing the Harbor Hawks 1-0 here at Red Wilson Field. 0-1 pitch is down in the dirt, about 57 feet in, and a nice stop from Brody Briggs, but nobody on base. Souders, a guy who has struggled so far on the Cape, really in contrast to the rest of this Y-D team. 1-1 is sent in the air to center field. Nick Dromboski started back. Now he'll come in a couple steps and glove down, out number 1.
Bosch is working pretty efficiently right now. That was just his 32nd pitch through now 2 1/3 innings. If you're sitting around 15 pitches an inning, that's pretty efficient. Bosch could definitely work into a 4th and potentially a 5th today.
The first inning was pretty economical, but pitch count went up in the second with 2 walks as up comes Phoenix Call. First pitch to him is a fastball blown by, 0-1.
And Y-D's doing some early swinging here. That's back-to-back hitters who have cut and missed at pitch number 1.
Yarmouth Dennis, a 244 team average and 700 OPS coming in. Second in the Cape League. 0-1 is fouled back to the screen as Call was out ahead. But really, it's the pitching for the Red Sox which sticks out. And I know we've talked about it ad nauseum, but it's worth it. A team 2.39 ERA coming in, which is why Hyannis's blowout 9-2 win on the 4th of July is such a big outlier. It was literally fireworks. Here's the 0-2. Fastball well up and in, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And that was by far Y-D's worst game of the year. Not only did they give up 9 runs, they had 5 errors in the field. That's really the one area where they're not that great is the fielding defense. every other stat, they're above average or even at the top of the league.
38 errors this summer for Y-D. That's third worst in the Cape Cod Baseball League. 1 out, nobody on, and a 1-2 pitch coming up to call. Fastball sent in the air, foul down the first base line. We'll do it again at 1-2. The 9-2 win for Hyannis on the 4th. 16 Yarmouth Dennis free passes, by far a season high. Ryan Bosch pitching out of the stretch. Tall lefty kicks and fires, and a pitch down into the dirt. Somehow Call gets out of the way. A literal back foot slider that he got just out of the way of.
He jumped over that pitch in the dirt.
37 pitches, 23 strikes for the tall left-hander on the hill. On a 2-2. Call swings and taps it in the air, fouled on the first base line. Headed just to the left of the concession stand. Almost took off the grill where they are currently making plenty of donut burgers. Of course, that is the staple of Red Wilson Field.
Good thing it didn't get hit with a baseball. That would have been bad.
It's from Hole in One Donuts just down the street. The patty, or the bun, I guess you could say. 2-2 backdoor bender just outside, and the count full. Third 3-ball count in as many innings for Ryan Bosch, and the first 2 resulted in bases on balls. 3-2 pitch. The offering. Call swings, sends it in the air to left field. Henry Ziener coming in and makes out number 2.
Y-D's getting the ball into the outfield, but it's just been sort of weak line drives, weak pop-ups. Pretty easy catches for Ziener, Dromboski, and Thompson in left, center, and right.
That one was off the end of the bat. As Jace Tharnish comes up. He singled back in the first inning. The lone hit for Y-D so far tonight, and he'll swat one foul again by the grill down the first base line where they are making those donut burgers. This one a little bit farther out of the danger zone.
I had one last time when the game got rained down. It was actually pretty good.
I had one last summer with Graham Nash and Giovanni Collada, last year's broadcasters. 0-1 up and away, count level, a ball and a strike apiece to Tharnish. I feel like if you make it down to the Cape and a game here at Red Wilson Field, you're almost obligated to try it. It's part of the experience. 1-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Tharnish takes a fastball low. Brody Briggs tried to present it for the home plate umpire, Kevin Saxton, but no dice. It was low. 2 balls and a strike, and the count swings in the favor of the Y-D hitter. Bosch looking to go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. Comes home with a 2-1 fastball, cut on and miss. Blew it by Tharnish, and the count even 2-2.
Heavy fastball from that big left arm of Bosch. He's had it working today.
A 12.8 K per 9 at Wake Forest this past spring, and right around 11 for Hyannis this summer. On a 2-2. Tharnish spits on a fastball low, and the count full.
You got Takeuchi on deck, who hit a home run last time these two teams played here at Red Wilson Field. Need a competitive pitch here if you're Bosch. You don't want to see him come up with a guy on.
That home run was off Sax Matson, his teammate at USC. Bosch doesn't want to see Takeuchi. He wants to go after Tharnish. He fires. Fastball low for ball 4. It gets to the backstop, but Tharnish doesn't even try to aggressively go down to first base and round it. It's a 2-out walk, and up comes Takeuchi.
Third walk of the outing for Bosch, but with 2 outs, it does bring up Takeuchi, but it's miles better than a leadoff walk. And he could still put some competitive pitches across.
That home run for Kevin Takeuchi against Hyannis back on July 3rd here at Red Wilson Field, one of 2 round trippers on Cape Cod. Tharnish with a big lead over at first, not running. First pitch, fastball right down the heart, nothing in 1.
And Bosch is a good pickoff move. He can just glide that right leg over and throw to first. He does a good job of keeping runners honest.
0-1 the count. Tharnish had a pretty big lead, and Bosch noticed the southpaw with his eyes on the runner, just tossed over after stepping off. It's kind of the benefit of being a lefty. And it also means that Tharnish, should he choose to steal, would have to go first move. Another run, and they got that first move steal. Lamb has Tharnish dead to rights. No runs, no hits, no errors in, nobody left. 1-0 Hyannis heading to the top of the fourth on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
This will be your college. This will be your home. This is where you will join a community that supports you, cares about you, pushes you, cheers you on, challenges you, inspires you, helps you reach your dreams. Open your eyes to opportunity and your mind to possibility. Your future begins here.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself.
Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Welcome back to the Goldberg Law Group, fourth inning at Red Wilson Field. Did you know that the Goldberg Law Group PC is the Cape's premier personal injury law firm? The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape Cod and the islands for more than 38 years, and we're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group believes in helping people, building relationships, and giving back whenever we can. That's why we're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and another great night of Cape League baseball. Go Harbor Hawks. Top of the fourth inning, Hyannis on top of the Yarmouth-Dennis Red Sox. 1-0, and Clay Thompson to greet Dimitri Anhalakos. It's 5-6-7 due up for Hyannis. And the first pitch, changeup, swung on and missed, 0-1.
He caught Thompson out ahead there, not expecting the first pitch change.
Thompson grounded out to Armando Briseño at second base to end the top of the first inning, and he gets another changeup and a similar result over the top with the swing, 0-2.
And back-to-back good pitches.
49 games at JMU this past spring, and this is game 6 on the Cape for Thompson. Anhalakos working quickly, and he gets a called strike 3. Bender at the knees. 3 pitches and a strikeout. The fourth of the night for Dimitri Anhalakos.
Yeah, he has really settled in since giving up that run in the first inning. Accurate, no walks allowed since the first.
Andrew Lamb standing in. He singled on the only pitch he saw his first time up. He swings at the first pitch here and chops it on the ground to second base. Armando Briseño slinks to Tommy Gooden in time for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Dimitri Anhalakos.
And he could use 2 quick outs because he was sitting at 54 pitches coming into this frame, but now after 2 outs, he's sitting at 58. And if he has an efficient at-bat against Zener, he could definitely go into the 5th.
2 outs, nobody on. And up comes Henry Zener. First pitch to him is outside with a breaking ball, 1-0. He lined into an unfortunate double play over at first base. It was a 3-2 count, and Andrew Lamb was on the run right at Tommy Gooden at first, and he just stepped on the bag to double off Lamb. 1-0 is skied on the infield, left side. Kevin Takeuchi, the third baseman, calls off his shortstop Robinson. A 1-2-3 top of the fourth inning for Dimitri Anhalakos. We're heading to the bottom half, 1-0 Harbor Hawks.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. protecting the possible.
Hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Welcome back to the Goldberg Law Group 4th inning at Red Wilson Field. Did you know Goldberg Law Group PC is the Cape's premier personal injury law firm? The Goldberg Law Group has served Cape and the islands for more than 38 years, and we're proud to support the local events, organizations, and traditions that make this community so special. As the Cape's leading law firm, Goldberg Law Group believes in helping people, building relationships, and giving back whenever we can. That's why we're honored to sponsor the Hyannis Harbor Hawks and another great night of Cape League baseball. Scan the QR code on your screen to learn more about how the team at Goldberg Law Group can help you. Go Harbor Hawks. Last of the 4th inning, and Kevin Takeuchi was up when Jace Tharnish was caught stealing. So it will be 4-5-6 to face Ryan Bosch, who's looking to stay economical.
Yeah, he's been efficient so far. The question arises, if he has an efficient 4th, do you throw him out for the 5th? Hyannis only has 4 pitchers available today. We saw Raymond Olivas go into the 5th inning against Bourne a couple days ago, and he got hit around after 4 shutty. It'll be a decision to be made.
So far, 3 scoreless for Ryan Bosch. Last of the 4th inning, Takeuchi to lead it off. A first pitch fastball outside 1-0. Bosch, 6'8", 250 pounds. Kevin Takeuchi, 5'10", 170. Here's the 1-0. Fastball sent in the air to deep right center field. Clay Thompson, the right fielder, sunglasses on, makes out number 1.
And he needs those sunglasses without a cloud in the sky. He's looking straight into the sun, which is currently over the third base side.
That'll bring up Tommy Gooden, the lone true left-hander in the lineup for Scott Pickler. Ryder Robinson, the 8-hitter, is a switch hitter. And he's also going to need those quick outs because he's 49 pitches through 3 1/3 innings. And you got to figure with this short bullpen available, he might venture into the 5th. First pitch on the way to Gooden. It's cracked in the air, left side. Taylor Kirk, the third baseman, in foul territory, still going, but he has no play.
Hyannis has 2 lefties and 2 righties available today. Van Froling and Bruce Littleton are the lefties. Liam Kineen, Stan Mitchell are the righties. We haven't seen Kineen in 12 days, but his last 2 times out, he threw 3 shutout innings out of the pen. So maybe you end Bosch after the 4th, go Kineen for 5, 6, 7, and then maybe throw Bruce Littleton the last 2.
1-1 the count. Pitch on the way to Gooden. It's a fastball slopped on the ground to third base. Nice pick by Taylor Kirk. Throws across the infield for out number 2.
Beautiful stop by Kirk over there. He took a couple of steps before throwing to first. Gooden almost beat it, but the throw got there just in the nick of time.
2 quick outs on 4 pitches, and up comes Armando Briseño. Flew out to center fielder Nick Dromboski back in the 2nd inning. Lefty on righty as Bosch kicks and fires. First pitch fastball swatted foul to the screen, 0-1. Bosch's last outing was his best start of the summer, 4 scoreless against Orleans, the only time he has pitched 4 innings on Cape Cod. Here's the 0-1. Another foul back to the screen, and another fastball from Bosch, 0-2.
He's sitting at 54 pitches right now. I think if you throw him out for the 5th, have someone ready just in case he starts struggling with command, but it's been a very good start for Ryan Bosch today.
Looking to face the minimum in 2 consecutive innings. On a 0-2, Briseño checked his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. First base umpire Mike Chukerman confirms the ball.
That was close. That bat was pretty far out there from Armando Briseño.
Briseño buys another pitch. Bosch working quickly with a 1-2 pitch up and away. 2-2, but Brody Briggs appreciated the effort from his pitcher. He's nodding back and throwing the baseball as well.
And that backdoor breaking ball from that long left arm of Bosch can be a lethal pitch. Just missed it wide, but Briggs liked it a lot.
Bosch peering in, taking a breath, and comes home with a 2-2. Fastball low, and the count full. 5th 3-ball count of the night. Through 3 2/3 for Bosch. He has walked 3 so far. On a 3-2. Briseño swings and fouls it back to the screen. That might have been high for ball 4, should he have taken it. But nonetheless, the plate appearance will continue.
You got to stay alive. It was close. He was on it, but just fouled it straight back.
Briseño, a .318 average for Scotty Pickler and the Red Sox. 3-2 once more. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Ryan Bosch, a 1-2-3, bottom of the 4th inning. We head to the 5th, 1-0 Hyannis on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Top of the 5th inning, and Scott Pickler makes a move to the bullpen. Dimitri Anhalakos is out. In comes Bryson Tweedy, a rising sophomore out of South Florida, and so far making his 5th appearance of the Cape League summer and a .426 earned run average over 6 1/3 innings. He will face 8-9-1, starting off with the white-hot Taylor Kirk, who just extended his hitting streak to 7 games with his double back in the 2nd inning. Fastball from Tweedy downstairs 1-0.
Yeah, Dimitri Anhalakos really locked in after that first inning. Final line for him, 4 runs, 4 hits, just the 1 earned run, 4 Ks.
Hyannis leading Y-D 1-0 in the visiting half of the 5th inning. Tweedy out of the stretch, kicks and fires a fastball high. 2 balls, no strikes. Taylor Kirk had a lengthy plate appearance back in the 2nd. He went down 0-2 on 2 pitches, but fouled the 0-1 into the hand of Cade Carr, the backstop, who was taken out of the game after a lengthy injury delay. 2-0 to Kirk. Downstairs for ball 3. Now you figure he's going to take all the way until the new noodle throws a strike.
Must be. To get his speed on to lead off a frame would be huge.
But after the injury delay, Kirk doubled on the 0-2, deep to left field, bidding for his first home run of the summer. Tweedy behind 3-0, and the 3-0 is nowhere close. A 4-pitch walk And that'll bring up Brody Briggs, leadoff base runner for the Harbor Hawks in the visiting half of the 5th inning.
And just struggling to find the location is Tweedy.
Second walk of the day for Y-D pitching between Angelakos and Tweedy. 3 walks in 6 1/3 innings entering this outing for Tweedy on the Cape. Brody Briggs looking for his first hit of the summer, shows to bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 1. That's now 5 consecutive balls to start the relief appearance for Bryson Tweedy.
Yeah, Briggs showing bunt. Could be a serious square to move Kirk to second. Could just be giving Tweedy another look to see on the mound. We'll find out here on pitch 2.
If you're Briggs, you're likely taking. Does stab at a bunt and just got a piece. 1-1.
He's trying to pull that one down the first base line. He took a few steps forward, almost looked like a softball bunt attempt.
It's definitely the right move to go down the first base line with the third baseman, Kevin Takeuchi, crashing and playing even with the cut. 1 on, nobody out, top of the 5th inning. Kirk with some speed, not running, and a pitch down in the dirt. Nice spit from Briggs. 2 balls and a strike.
Looks like he's swinging away now. He's been so good defensively for the Harbor Hawks behind the plate. Any production with the bat is just a bonus.
One of the best defensive catchers in the entire country. And this plate appearance will be on hold for just a moment as pitching coach Eric Beatty makes his way out to the mound, joined by, of course, Bryson Tweedy, the hurler, and the backstop, Mateo Serna. Lots of balls in relief for Tweedy. 7 pitches, only 1 of those going for strikes.
And it was because Briggs just whiffed on a bunt attempt. He's ahead in the count now, and he took that last pitch without showing, so I think he has the freedom to swing it in the hitter's count.
Now the home plate umpire, Kevin Saxton, coming out to the mound to break up this meeting of the minds. Brody Briggs is talking to the Hyannis dugout, explaining what pitches he's seen from Tweedy. I mean, Taylor Kirk just didn't get much of a chance. 4 balls, none of them all too close. But Briggs has seen the fastball, he's seen the bender, he's seen the change. Taylor Kirk on first base, Hyannis batting in the top of the 5th inning. On top of Y-D, 1-0. After the mound visit, Tweedy ready, comes set, and fires a changeup low for ball 3.
And Briggs saw that pitch well, shook his head after it missed. Got the top of the order coming up next. Matt Einish due up. It'd be huge for Hyannis to put multiple guys on from the bottom of the order.
Brody Briggs has as good of an eye as they come. On a 3-1, he swings and misses. The count back full. 29 walks to 25 punch-outs this past spring at ASU. And, of course, a returner to the Harbor Hawks. More walks than strikeouts last summer. He doubled it. Kirk, a big lead at first. We'll see if he's running on 3-2. And Tweedy probably had that in the back of his mind. He picks off, and Kirk is back with a head-first dive.
We saw Zener line out to first and have Andrew Lamb get doubled off when he was put in motion. I think with the top of the order due up, I wouldn't send Kirk.
30 stolen bases at Fordham this past spring for Kirk. 3-2 the count. He's running, and the pitch is downstairs for ball 4. Back-to-back bases on balls for the Harbor Hawks here in the top of the 5th inning. And now 2 on and nobody out for the top of the order, Matt Einish.
And with Einish up, you could go back to the sack bunt effort, move these guys to second and third. But Einish has been swinging a good stick today, double in the first, and you still got Grabowski and Jimenez after him. But we have seen Hyannis just play a ton of small ball as of late.
With that double, Einish riding a 6-game hitting streak, and he is the recipient of ball 1 as Bryson Tweedy just continues to struggle to find the zone.
I think the best option is just take until this guy puts one over the zone. That's 11 pitches, 2 strikes.
Taylor Kirk on second, Brody Briggs on first. 1-0 Harbor Hawks in the top of the 5th inning. Tweedy trying to find his bearings. Kicks and fires. A fastball right down the heart. And the count level, a ball and a strike apiece. Hyannis playing in his first game since the 24th. He missed 3 due to a jammed finger, but clearly feeling good. 1-1 count, the pitch on the way. Hyannis swings, cracks it to left center field. That's going to get in for a base hit. Kirk scores, and Briggs rounds second. Hyannis adds on 2-0 Harbor Hawks in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, this has the makings of a big inning. Already 2 on, nobody out, and a run home. Angelakos was looking so good through those 4 innings, but because Hyannis made him work so much, he could only pitch through the 4th. And now against the new arm, Tweedy, they're teeing off.
8th run batted in of the summer for Hyannis. Nick Dromboski standing in. Showing the bunt, pulls it back and takes ball 1 well up and away, nowhere close.
Yeah, Dromboski had a bunt single yesterday, hugging one down the first base side. And, you know, Jimenez behind him has been swinging such a great bat.
Scott Pickler making his way out to the mound. He might have seen enough from Tweedy. The entire Y-D infield will converge.
They're bringing a new arm in, and he didn't even record an out.
Mid at bat as well. It was 1-0.
Guess
Tweedy still not walking off, but the new arm has made his way to the mound.
Yeah, they've seen enough out of this guy.
We will step aside here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. 2-0 Hyannis in the top of the 5th inning.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Owen Burchard is the new pitcher for Yarmouth Dennis, making his 4th appearance of the Cape League summer. And so far, 3 2/3 innings, 1 earned run. He has walked 3, so that can be a concern. As Nick Dromboski standing in, and a 1-0 count. Again, it was a mid-AB pull for Bryson Tweedy, who just did not have it. Through 14 pitches, only 2 of them going for strikes.
It's the quickest we've seen a guy get the hook.
First pitch, Dromboski showing a bunt, pulls it back and takes ball 2. Hyannis 1 for 6 with guys in scoring position tonight. But coming into the game, 9 out of 33 against Y-D through the first 3 meetings. That's a 273 clip. On a 2-0, Dromboski showing a bunt and taps it foul up the third base line. So Briggs and Hyannis will retreat back to their respective bags. It's Briggs on second and Hyannis off first. 1 run already home for the Harbor Hawks on the Hyannis RBI single that plated Taylor Kirk.
And Hyannis continuing to go to the small ball here, trying to get guys to second and third for Jimenez, who has been hot as anyone on the Cape.
Burchard looks back at Briggs. Now comes zone. Dromboski squaring, pulls it back and takes both 3. Well, I mentioned 3 2/3 innings this summer for Burchard, but 3 walks in that sample. Y-D brings the corners to bunt defense. Gooden crashing, Takeuchi crashing, and on 3-1, Dromboski taps it foul behind the plate, the count full.
And Y-D read that perfectly. Their corner infielders were on top of home plate. So now with 3-2, you got to imagine Dromboski swinging away.
Dromboski, a legacy Harbor Hawk. His brother Ryan pitched for Hyannis in 2024. Now currently a member of the Philadelphia Phillies organization. 2 on and nobody down as Burchard spins off and disengages.
And Briggs had like a 2-step lead over there. He sort of put his arms out as to say, why are you stepping off for me?
Burchard, a Bulldog out of Bryant of the American Conference. Here's the 3-2. Dromboski swings and misses, strike 3. Burchard goes to the bender and picks up a strikeout. First out of the 5th inning for Y-D.
Yeah, tough AB there for Dromboski. Just couldn't quite get the bunt down, and then he had to do something with the full count and got fooled with that breaking ball low.
That'll bring up Jax Jimenez, the switch hitter, still batting left-handed. The starter on Halakos was a righty. Briggs on second, Hyannis on first, but Y-D now 1 pitch away, and Jimenez chops the first pitch foul up the first base line, 0-1. Yarmouth Dennis has turned 26 double plays this season. That's 3rd in the Cape Cod Baseball League. But Jimenez, prolific speed, really going to be difficult to double off. Leads the team in swipes, and he's also already stolen a base in this game. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Jimenez takes a fastball up and away in the count level. A ball and a strike apiece with 1 out. Takeuchi, the third baseman, playing even with the cut. His toes on the infield lawn. Middle infielders in double play depth as a 1-1 fastball clips the outside corner, 1-2.
It was a good pitch, elevated heater.
Jimenez doubled his last time up in the 3rd inning and extends his team best hitting streak to 9 games. As the 1-2 pitch is swung and a missed, strike 3. Backdoor bender and back-to-back Ks for Owen Burchard.
I think I could see why Y-D had seen enough out of Bryson Tweedy and went to this guy. Back-to-back Ks with multiple runners on, since they only let Bryson Tweedy throw 14 pitches.
That'll bring up Charlie Bates. Righty on lefty. 0 for 2 with a punch out. First pitch on the way is sent on the ground to the right side of the infield, and a diving stop by Briseño. Flipped underhanded to first base. Not in time as it pulled Gooden off the bag.
That would have been probably the best defensive play we've seen all year. With 2 outs, multiple guys on, into the hole. Briseño got the stop, and while he was still laying on his belly, just tried to flare a throw over. I think Bates would have beat it out anyway. But with that diving stop, he keeps Brody Briggs at third base, preventing that ball getting to the outfield.
It's an infield single for Charlie Bates. That breaks up an 0 for 11 skid. And the bases are loaded for Clay Thompson. Briggs off third, Hyannis off second, and Bates on first. First pitch is on the hands and pop foul right side of the infield. Tommy Gooden, the first baseman, has no play. It's off the side of the screen.
Just no play there for Gooden. hit that middle part of the screen. He was racing over a couple more feet, and he probably has that catch.
Hyannis just 3 hits with the bases loaded this summer. Last in the Cape League. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Thompson takes a breaking ball strike at the knees, 0-2.
Thompson does have one of those hits. A 2 RBI single on the 20th against Chatham.
Bases flocked with Hawks here in the top of the 5th inning. 0-2 count. The pitch is sent on the ground to the third baseman, Takeuchi, who bobbles it. Now cannot make the play. Run scores. Brody Briggs is in, and Hyannis takes a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, that's costly from Takeuchi. Went for the scoop, and the ball just rolled up his glove hand, up his arm almost. 3-0 Harbor Hawks, and if there's anyone that could really make you pay, it's a guy with big pop like Andrew Lamb coming to the plate.
Andrew Lamb led all of USC in slug this past spring. First pitch on the way. He takes down in the dirt. It briefly gets away. Einish was about 45 feet off the bag at third, but he will retreat as Mateo Serna was able to recover.
And the one thing Andrew Lamb doesn't have this summer that I'm sure he'd like to have is a hit with runners in scoring position. He's 0 for 13. No better time to break that than right now against a big team like Y-D.
1-0 the count. Burchard collects himself, comes home. Lamb takes a fastball up and away, 2-0. 14 home runs this past spring at USC. It was second on the Trojans for head coach Andy Stankiewicz to Augie Lopez, who was recently drafted by the San Diego Padres. Base is still loaded, the 2-0. Lamb takes a bender to the back door, 2-1.
It's a great pitch there from Owen Burchard. Backdoor bender, just caught the zone on 2-0. You don't want to give Lamb anything too juicy to hit. It's just a nice pitch, keeping it away from his big, powerful left-handed bat.
On a 2-1. Lamb swings and fouls it back. Owen might have gotten a piece of the home plate umpire, Kevin Saxton, and some nice professional courtesy from Mateo Serna, walking the baseball out to his pitcher, Owen Burchard.
And Lamb took another big cut at that one. That was the grand slam swing right there. Still no grand slams for the Hawks this summer.
Only 4 teams in the Cape League out of 10 have hit a grand slam. Hyannis would love it here and get on the board. 2-2 the count. The pitch on the way. Lamb swings, sends it on the ground to Takeuchi, who bobbles this one. Einish comes in to score. Here comes Bates. 2 runs are in, and Hyannis exploding for a 5-0 lead.
And that one was a little more harder hit. Takeuchi might get away with not having an error on that one, but I don't think he cares too much because it's now 5-0 Hawks, and they're still threatening with Zener up.
A tough inning for Kevin Takeuchi over at third base. We'll wait for the official ruling.
I think they're going to call it an error.
Those two are teammates, by the way, Andrew Lamb and Kevin Takeuchi, both Trojans.
And so the only run that's earned in this inning is the RBI single for Matt Einish. Since that error was made with 2 outs, none of these runs are going to be earned.
First pitch to Henry Zener is swatted foul off to the left and out of play. It is an E5 on Takeuchi, his second error. Henry Zener has been a different hitter since the turn of the month. And he launches it deep to right center field. Phoenix Call going back. The center fielder makes the catch for the final out of the inning. But Hyannis grabs 4 runs in the top of the 5th inning. 2 hits, 2 errors, and 2 left on base. We're heading to the bottom half. 5-0 Hyannis on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
When I started teaching on the Cape 30 years ago, you could buy a house on a teacher's salary. But today, teachers, public safety officers, healthcare and hospitality workers, the people who make the Cape work, are struggling to find homes they can afford. And I really worry about the kids who will follow us. I think it's time we learn to do better.
If housing on Cape Cod matters to you, join us at capehousingmatters.org.
Back here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, Hyannis beating the Y-D Red Sox 5-0 as we're halfway through. And as we talked about in the bottom of the 4th inning, if Ryan Bosch should be sent out, we have our answer. He is back out on the hill. As we're joined now in the broadcast booth by my partner, Charlie Adams.
Hello.
Hello, Chaz.
A 5-run lead for Hyannis helps things out to bring Ryan Bosch back out on the mound. Maybe in a still 1-0 game, you might see a shorter leash.
Well, the last time Hyannis tried to stretch a starter was Raymond Olivas in Bourne a couple nights ago. And it was a bit more that they bit off than they could chew. He went into the 5th inning, but gave up a plethora of runs, 4 runs, after getting stretched into the 5th. It was a lengthy top of the 5th inning. 4 runs for home for Hyannis on 2 errors, 2 hits, and 2 left. Kevin Takeuchi had a tough inning at third base for the Red Sox. And Mateo Cerna going to lead it off against Ryan Bosch. The big lefty comes home with the first pitch fastball over the inside corner, 0-1.
Cerna's done a good job behind the plate, slotting in on what he thought was an off day. The word is a dislocated finger for Cade Carr.
Ooh. 0-1 pitch down the dirt, and the count level, a ball and a strike apiece. Ryan Bosch now 60 pitches deep into his outing and stretching into the 5th inning for the first time this summer. Again, only a reliever at Wake Forest this past spring. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball high, 2-1 the count as Cerna jumps ahead. He flew out to Clay Thompson in right field his last time up. Count 2-1 as Bosch looking to battle back. He's walked 3 in this game, and he gets a chopper to the right side of the infield. Andrew Lamb in foul territory fields, and will do it again, but now 2-2.
Couple of funky hops on the way to Andrew Lamb. Charge that, might have been fair if he played it earlier.
So the injury to the starter, Cade Carr, came off a Taylor Kirk foul ball, tapped it at the plate. Cerna has had a white-hot summer. OPS right around 950, and the average well over 300. One of many Red Sox who have been amazing for Scott Pickler. Of course, top of the Cape League and top of the Eastern Division. 2-2 fastball called strike 3. Cerna cannot believe it, and frozen pizza for out number 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Ryan Bosch going back to the 4th inning. He had a bit of time to rest in the dugout for that 4-run inning from the Harbor Hawks.
4 punch-outs in total for the big left-hander, and the switch hitter Ryder Robinson batting from the right side for the 2nd time tonight, although he's not registered in official AB. And the recipient of strike 1, a fastball over the inside corner. No balls and a strike. Robinson walked his first time up. 1 of 3 free passes for Ryan Bosch on the hill. Swings at the 0-1 and skies it foul down the first base line. Quick 0-2 advantage for Bosch, looking to get 3 consecutive punch-outs. Lefty working quickly out of the stretch, kicks in, fires a fastball, swing and a miss. It is 3 consecutive Ks for Ryan Bosch in 5 in all.
The pitch count's rising, but Ryan Bosch still answering the call here. You have to imagine the Harbor Hawks are leading the league in the least amount of starter innings, with how many times pitchers haven't gone past into the 5th inning.
Cole Hansen, the number 9 man, lines it up the middle and into center field, a base hit. A 2-out single for the Red Sox. Second hit of the day for Scotty Pickler's squad.
Solid single to break up. Now 3 straight strikeouts with 2 outs here to flip over the lineup.
Breaks up a string of 5 in a row retired by Ryan Bosch, and that'll flip it over for the top of the order, Jake Souders. 0 for 2 with a strikeout, but he flew out to center field his last time up. Ryan Bosch comes home. First pitch fastball cut on and missed. That pitch has been dialed up all throughout the evening, and these Red Sox hitters seemingly no answer. Here's the 0-1. Souders takes up and in. Brody Briggs cannot glove it cleanly, but keeps it in front of him. First time this battery is working together, and it's been fun.
Seems like everyone kind of gets along well with Brody Briggs. You hear him communicating with the pitchers on the mound, maybe more than anyone else.
Statistically, a top 5 defensive catcher in the country in defensive runs saved. 1-1 check swing on a ball downstairs. Did he go? Yes, he did. Mike Chukerman confirms the swing. 1-2.
Easy call for Chukerman at first base. And it might be time to start talking about a 6th inning for Ryan Bosch.
70 pitches deep through 4 2/3. Bosch looking to get through 5. Lefty comes home. Tap foul over by the third base side. We'll do it again as Jake Souders buys another pitch. A Y-D offense near the top of the Cape League in average and OPS, but so far has not fared well against Ryan Bosch this evening here at Red Wilson Field. 5-0 Harbor Hawks in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 1-2 outside. Brody Briggs almost left the crouch on an attempted backdoor bender, and the count even 2-2. Cole Hansen has not stolen a base in 11 games this summer. Not a big lead. 2-2. Downstairs and the count full. It's now 6 3-ball counts on the night for Ryan Bosch. He's got 3 walks to show for it so far.
Full counts have really taken Ryan Bosch up in pitch count.
On a 3-2. Souders down on strikes. Ryan Bosch with the beat of his chest is through 5. Hyannis a 5-0 lead over Y-D. We're heading to the top of the 6th inning on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the 6th inning here at Red Wilson Field. Owen Burchard is still out on the mound for Y-D. And up comes Taylor Kirk to lead it off. And Hyannis sent all 9 men to the plate back in the 5th. Trying to play off some of the momentum, especially in the bottom of the 5th inning. Ryan Bosch made it through 5 for the first time this summer. That's got to feel good.
Just the second Harbor Hawk to go 5 here after Raymond Olivas on the 10th against Harwich. I think third Harbor Hawk to attempt to go through 5 after Olivas again a couple days ago against Bourne. But pitch count's up there. At this point in the season, you're running out of time for another start. And if it plays out, we might have a kind of bullpen game down the stretch where Bosch might not be needed. And then you can save him for the first round of the postseason. People in other positions in the organization have those thoughts to consider before bringing him out for a potential 6. Plenty of people greeting him as he made his way off the mound, though.
8-9-1 due up against Owen Burchard. Hyannis on top of Y-D. 5-0 now in the top of the 6th inning. Taylor Kirk has reached both times, a double back in the 2nd inning and a walk, and scored a run in the 5th. First pitch, fastball right down the heart, 0-1. With Kirk's double, he's now riding a 7-game hitting streak. He's heading back home this fall out of Long Beach, California, and transferring to UCLA out of Fordham. Here's the 0-1. Kirk swings and fouls it back to the screen, 0-2. Seems like ever since he made his decision back on July 5th that he would be going to the Bruins, a weight has been lifted off his shoulder, and he's hitting over 300 since that point after just a 2-for-27 start to the summer. Burchard comes home with an 0-2 pitch down in the dirt. Kirk checked his swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Mike Chukerman says that Kirk held up 1-2.
Well, both sides have been pretty vocal about the umpiring crew today, which must mean they're doing a good job.
Four runs in the top of the 5th inning for Hyannis. Included 2 errors at third base for Kevin Takeuchi. Here's the 1-2. Kirk swings, cracks it on the line into right center field, a base hit. He's 2 for 2, and a leadoff knock for the Harbor Hawks in the visiting half of the 6th.
Just barrels after barrels from Taylor Kirk. And as we've talked about in that at-bat, he's picked it up a lot here in the month of July.
That'll bring up Brody Briggs, 0 for 1 with a walk. He also scored a run an inning ago. We talked about it earlier, but this guy is such a great defensive catcher that anything he does at the plate is just a bonus. First pitch low, 1-0. But the fact that he's even here just speaks volumes as to the type of guy he is. He drove his car all the way out from Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he calls home, to be here after what he feels is unfinished business from last summer with Hyannis. 1-0 is laced to right field. In comes Souders. He'll make the catch. Brody Briggs unlucky for out number 1.
Can't be too mad at it. Reached out for it and hung up enough time for Souders to bring it in. Put the barrel on it. Nice line drive for the first out.
I'll flip it over to the top of the order, Matt Einish, who's halfway to the cycle. Although he's gotten the 2 easiest things out of the way, a double in the 1st inning and then an RBI single in the 5th. First pitch bender from Burchard at the knees, 0-1. Hyannis has been on cycle watch a couple times this season. The closest they've gotten to was halfway. Bates had a triple and a home run against Wareham in June. Kirk, not a big lead at first, but he is running. The pitch is going to get to the backstop. Mateo Cerna couldn't glove it cleanly. He was on his hinges. And I think getting ready to throw before he cleanly gloved it down. He's going to head out to the mound and talk to Owen Burchard.
Burchard did a good job, or as good as he could, entering this game in the 5th with nobody out. Picking up 2 strikeouts and 2 ground balls that Takeuchi couldn't field cleanly.
7th stolen base of the summer for Taylor Kirk. Hyannis, 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position tonight. 1-1 the count. The pitch to Hyannis is a breaking ball low. Nice spit. Got his hips going, but he kept his hands back. 2-1 as the count swings in Matt's favor. Kirk being held on by Ryder Robinson at shortstop. Here's the 2-1. Hyannis looks at a fastball up and away. 3-1. Lots of 3-ball counts in this game for Y-D, but only 3 walks through the first 4 1/3, 5 1/3. Hitters count. Pitch on the way. Hyannis looks at a breaking ball at the knees, and the count full.
Talked to Mitch Carricker pregame, and he mentioned how excited he was to see Hyannis, Dromboski, and Jimenez at the top of this order. They've come through. Real uptick in extra base hits here from the Harbor Hawks tonight.
3-2. Hyannis swings and taps on the ground foul up the first base line. The official ruling is a wild pitch on Burchard, and Taylor Kirk advances to second. I mean, he was running on the pitch, so that's a tough one. One out, one on in scoring position. The 3-2. Hyannis swings, sends it on the ground to the right side of the infield. Armando Briseño at second. Throws to first in time for out number 2, although Taylor Kirk heads up 90 feet and is now standing on third base.
5-run cushion for the Harbor Hawks. Can never have too many runs against Yarmouth Dennis.
Y-D top of the Cape League at 26-7-1. Here's Nick Dromboski, who looks at a bender low 1-0 with Kirk 90 feet away. I believe Y-D's best record was 19-2-1. Pretty remarkable, I gotta say. 1-0 the count. The pitch to Dromboski is a fastball up and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Now 35 pitches deep through an inning and 2/3 of relief for Burchard.
You were always waiting for Yarmouth Dennis to fall back down to earth, and they have somewhat, but they're certainly still ahead of the pack.
2 points ahead of Brewster for first place, as Dromboski will take ball 3 downstairs. Although 2 days ago, Brewster actually tied Y-D, the first time Y-D was not alone in first place on the summer. But Y-D has subsequently moved ahead. .3-0 count. Kirk on third, 2 outs in the inning. Pitch on the way, upstairs for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. That's the first walk of the day for Burchard.
It's good to see from Dromboski after 3 strikeouts. Still fighting at the plate after working a full count his last at-bat.
Four walks on the day for Y-D pitching. First pitch to Jax Jimenez, well low, as Burchard, as the pitch count continues to rise, seems to be losing a little bit of command.
Y-D bullpen up and moving.
Runners at the corners for Hyannis on top of Y-D, 5-0 in the top of the 6th inning. On a 1-0, Jimenez takes a breaking ball to the back door. Count level, ball and a strike apiece. 2 outs in the inning. Jack's 1 for 2 with a walk, and he doubled back in the 3rd inning. So has extended his hitting streak to 9 games. The longest streak on the Harbor Hawks this summer. Here's the 1-1. He checked his swing on a ball downstairs, and the home plate umpire, Kevin Saxton, says he went 1-2. Tromboski with some speed on first base, 13 stolen bases in his freshman campaign at Stony Brook. Burchard comes home. The runner started and stopped in Tromboski, and it's a breaking ball low, and the count back even 2-2. Jimenez going into his junior season at Oregon. Tromboski's running, and Jimenez swings and misses, strike three. Hyannis leaves runners at the corners. Before we head to the bottom of the sixth, we're joined in the booth by Emma Roberts.
Thanks, guys. Emma Roberts here. An 8-game hitting streak is no accident, and for Harbor Hawks outfielder Jax Jimenez, the key has been keeping things simple. I spoke to Jimenez earlier this afternoon, and he said earlier this season he found himself chasing pitches, trying to do too much at the plate, and now he's staying relaxed, waiting for his pitch, letting the game come to him. The mindset is paid off with consistent production. Tonight he's put that approach to the test against the first-place Y-D Red Sox. Jimenez has already increased his 8-game streak to 9 with a stolen base in an intense at-bat, which ended in a double, all within the first 3 innings for Jimenez. Since arriving on the Cape, Jimenez says he's grown with every game, learning from the elite pitching, taking something away from each matchup. And making this summer even more special, his family has been in the stands to watch him live out his lifelong dream of playing in the Cape League. Something he says means everything, and his family is here tonight. Shout out to the Jimenez family. But guys, back to you.
Thanks, Emma. Well, Jimenez has certainly been fun to watch, and Ryan Bosch's day is done as expected. The lefty went 5 innings scoreless against a white-hot Y-D offense that scored over 10 runs last night. 2 hits, 3 walks, and 6 punch-outs, and he gives way to Liam Canine, who we've not seen in quite a while.
But the last time we saw Liam Canine, it was some of his best work out of the bullpen. Came through with 3 innings against Chatham with 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts on the 15th of July. After a big season with Princeton second on the team in strikeouts with the Tigers, he's come to the Cape and started as a starter. He's found his spot in the bullpen.
Truly a spectacular start for Ryan Bosch. Anytime you go scoreless and in line for the win at the moment against a team like Y-D, that speaks a lot. Last night, Y-D took down Falmouth 15-1. And in game 2 of this season series, the Red Sox beat Hyannis 17-1. It just speaks to the type of stuff that Bosch has. He did get a little bit wild at times. 3 walks, 7 3-ball counts, but it's all about stranded runners. I mean, it's a results-based business.
We talked about it with Wareham yesterday as we got to the field pregame. They might have wasted their runs all in one bunch before facing here against the Harbor Hawks, and so far it's been the same thing for Y-D.
Bottom of the 6th inning. Hyannis on top of Yarmouth Dennis, 5-0 here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Ryan Bosch is out after 5 scoreless. In comes Liam Canine. And he'll face 2-3-4, starting with Phoenix Call. And the first pitch comes up and in and hits Call.
Not the best start. Right inside. And now a hit by pitch, first of the summer for Liam Canine. Hasn't been the wildest this season. Just 7 walks to 12 strikeouts.
That's his first hit batsman of the summer. And this is his 7th appearance, coming in with a 3.12 earned run average. Up comes Jace Tharnish. First pitch on the way. It's a fastball down El Centro, 0-1. Canine, a returner to Hyannis this summer. Only pitched 4 innings for the Harbor Hawks in 2025, but has been a day 1 guy for Mitch Carricker in 2026. 0-1, breaking ball, swing and a miss. A somewhat local guy out of Lexington, Massachusetts. Rising junior out of Princeton. Phoenix Call on first base. 0-2 the count. Canine has his sign. And the righty kicks and fires. A fastball swing and a miss, strike three. Well, a nice recovery after the leadoff hit by pitch.
Efficient, right back to work for Canine. And now kind of picking up where Bosch left off. 6 strikeouts for Ryan Bosch over his 5 innings of work, including striking out the side in that final frame.
That'll bring up Kevin Takeuchi, who probably wants to hit a 5-run home run if it was a thing. First pitch on the way is tap foul behind the plate, 0-1. Hyannis scored 4 times in the top of the 5th inning, and Takeuchi made 2 errors in the field that made 4 of those runs possible. Tharnish, not a big lead over at first. Call, not a big lead over at first. Here's the 0-1. Takeuchi swings and chops it on the ground to shortstop. Bates flips to second for one. Einish on to first, not in time. Takeuchi legs out a fielder's choice, and Phoenix Call forced out at second base.
Looping flip from Bates on a hard hit ball. Able to get the lead runner. It's the best you can ask for. Takeuchi was always going to leg that one out.
So 2 outs, Takeuchi on first base, and up comes Tommy Gooden. The lefty will face a righty for the first time tonight. Of course, Ryan Bosch twirling it from the wrong hand. Here's the first pitch. It's chopped in the air to shallow center field, and it will be caught by Nick Dromboski. Right. Liam Canine faces one above the minimum here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're heading to the 7th, 5-0 Harbor Hawks.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Top of the 7th inning here at Red Wilson Field. Charlie Bates to lead it off. And it looks like it'll be a new pitcher on the mound for the Red Sox. Caden Roach. He recently arrived on the 20th of this month.
Caden Roach coming to Yarmouth Dennis, making his 2nd appearance of the summer. He went 2 innings his last time out to a 13.5 ERA. Allowed 5 hits and 3 runs, including a home run. Spends his collegiate ball at North Greenville. Playing for the Crusaders the past 3 seasons, all out of the bullpen. This past spring, 22 appearances to a 3.34 ERA.
Fourth arm used by Scott Pickler's Red Sox. The final line on Owen Burchard. 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. It wasn't earned. A walk and 3 strikeouts.
Takeuchi was helping ERAs today. Tweedy with 3 runs charged to him, only 1 run earned.
Oh, they changed that. They said it was 3 earned. That doesn't count against my perfect book. There's nothing I could do there.
It's always good when you can move the goalpost.
First pitch on the way to Charlie Bates is a fastball strike at the knees, 0-1. Bates snapped an 0 for 11 with a single back in the 5th inning, and he scored. Here's the 0-1. And Bates checked his swing on a ball up and away. Did he go? Yes, he did. Rick Force makes the call. Hyannis dugout did not like it. And the count back in favor further of Caden Roach, 0-2. Roach taking a pause on the hill, out of the stretch, kicks in, fires a fastball well up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. "32 innings this past spring at North Greenville to a 3.34 earned run average for Roach. As the 1-2, another miss in a similar location, up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter Bates. Hyannis batting in the visiting half of the 7th inning on top of the Red Sox, 5-0.
Bates looks much more comfortable here today in his second game back from injury.
On a 2-2, he will swing and miss, strike 3. Owen Burchard, Caden Roach dialed it up, and a strikeout in his first batter of the relief appearance.
Just blew it by him upstairs. A high fastball beating Charlie Bates on that for the strikeout.
I changed the 3 earned runs I had from Bryson Tweedy to a 1. Doesn't look too bad with the pen, as the first pitch from Clay Thompson will miss down 1-0. What do you think, Charlie?
Yeah, I tend to disagree.
There was nothing I could do. I mean, they changed it after I wrote it down originally. It's still a perfect book because I was out of my control and I was able to salvage it. As Thompson, off the end of the bat, fouls it back. 1-1. Should this perfecto bid continue for me, that would be my 4th perfect book of the summer.
Quincy will have to find a spot on our game notes for that. There's a large amount of brick backstops in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Here in Y-D, of course, is one of them.
1-1 in there for a strike, 1-2. Of course, the Bourne backstop stole the show on Thursday and then Saturday. Matt Einish was on third base. There was a wild pitch that literally ricocheted right into the glove of the catcher and just applied the tag. 1-2 the count. Thompson looking to battle back. He will look at a fastball up and away, and the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Something popped off the glove of Cerna after that second to last pitch now. It's just hanging out on the grass behind home plate. Might be a thumb guard or something from his glove. He just shook it off.
Here's the 1-2. Thompson swings and misses, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Caden Roach in relief. And now he will go to pick up what has fallen off his glove. Is that a pitch call?
I don't think so. Went straight onto his pointer finger, sticking out the glove.
Must be a guard against, high velocity pitches. I've heard of the little thumb piece that catchers have.
I would use one.
There's a term for it if you get thumbed when you're catching. Does not feel good, that's for sure. Here's Andrew Lamb taking downstairs for ball 1. Charlie, both you and me have caught in the past. I mean, you're the more peculiar one being a lefty, but of course, Little League Baseball, nobody really cares what side you throw the ball from, even if it is the wrong hand.
Even on the big field, I had to do my fair share.
1-0 is cracked in the air, foul up the third base line, 1-1.
Somebody's got to put on the gear. And it gets to, at least it's got to the level for me where I had to buy a thumb guard because my hand was not feeling good catching, I don't know, what was it, 75 maybe at that point?
So you were still catching when you were, 12, 13?
I caught until I was 17.
1-1 swing and a miss from Lamb. What?
I never stopped.
I had to stop my what? I was about to say what, and then the pitch came in.
I never stopped
cannot imagine
catching.
a left-handed catcher in varsity baseball.
Oh, no. Still, Little League ends at like 16 on the big field.
I think I would laugh if I was in the box and I saw a left-handed catcher. As Lamb swings, grounds it up the middle to the backhand. Armando Briseño from the deep hole to first in time. A 1-2-3 top of the 7th inning for Caden Roach. It's time to stretch at Wed Wilson Field. 5-0 Harbor Hawks.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
Briseño to lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th inning, brought to you by Netting Pros Stadionic. Liam Canine back out on the mound for the Harbor Hawks after facing one above the minimum in the 6th. First pitch fastball swung on and missed, 0-1. Netting Pros Stadionic is the official netting and facility solution partners of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pros Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. 0-1, fastball inside. Count level, ball and a strike apiece. Hyannis on top of Y-D, 5-0 now in the last of the 7th inning. And I think it's important for me to mention some very somber news. 1-1. Swing and a miss, goes to the bender, and Canine jumps ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. I was explaining how I'm on perfect scorebook watch in the top half of this inning. On that, what I said was a 4-3 ground out, it was not a 4-3 ground out. It was a 6-3, 1-2, up and in, 2-2, which means the perfecto bid is over from me. And honestly, I have only myself to blame.
Yeah, the shift got you. Maybe you need some more restrictions on the shift, even though he was to the left of the second base bag.
2-2 the count. The pitch to Briseño is lined down the right field line. It's a fair ball, and it's going to roll into the corner. Briseño motoring for second. It's cleaned out by Thompson. The throw is cut off by Matt Einish. A leadoff two-bagger for Armando Briseño.
It hasn't been easy on Canine for the leadoff man. A hit by pitch last inning, now a leadoff double for Briseño. But still, 5-run cushion. The Harbor Hawks have some room to run here and let Liam Canine try to at least probably finish off the 8th inning. Maybe can go the full distance here.
Hyannis does not have a lot of guys available. It was Canine, then Froling and Littleton, the 2 lefties. Sam Mitchell, the righty, available. Leadoff base runner in scoring position. Ryder Robinson shows the bunt and sort of swings as he runs down the first base line. I've never seen that. It was an attempted drag bunt, but he kind of half swung.
Well, I've seen it on the softball field. I mean, that's just textbook.
Yeah. Canine looks back at Briseño, comes home with a pitch downstairs, 1-1. To explain kind of what happened, usually with the drag bunt, they will have a hand on the barrel, a hand on the handle, and then keep those 2 hands in that position as they start running to first. This time, kind of just waved the bat as he was motioning towards first. 1-1 is lined to right center field. That's going to get in for a base hit. This will score a run. Briseño comes around to score. Cerna on his way for second. Now he throws the brakes on, and Y-D's on the board. The throw gets away. Brody Briggs back picks to second. They got Cerna dead to rights on a single. He tried to stretch into 2, but 1 run is home for Y-D, and it's a 5-1 game in the last of the 7th inning.
Now the bases are empty. Catching a break there on a throwing error. Got away from everybody. And Brody Briggs was there to clean it up. Just making out of it. Now just a reset with 1 out, nobody on.
Ryder Robinson standing in. Switch hitter batting left-handed for the first time tonight. First pitch fastball from Leon Canine outside. 1-0. The Shadows making their way onto the infield here at Red Wilson Field. The left side completely covered. Right side bright. 1-0 downstairs, 2-0. Robinson 0 for 1 with a punch out. He walked back in the second inning. Hyannis picked up its 4th shutout of the summer last night with a 3-0 win over Wareham. Here's the 2-0, and Robinson chops it foul up the first base line. The only reason I bring that up is it'd be pretty dang hard to shut out the Y-D Red Sox, let alone after they scored 15 runs last night against Falmouth.
They were on their way, but 1 run's an accomplishment. Anytime you can beat the Y-D Red Sox is an accomplishment this season.
On a 2-1. Robinson takes up and away for ball 3. So it's a single for Cerna and an RBI. And then caught by Brody Briggs on a 2-4 to Matt Einish. Pitch comes in there for a strike, count full 3-2.
Robinson was not close to catching up to that fastball. Basically in the mitt for Brody Briggs when the swing came around.
Full count pitch to Ryder Robinson is tapped on the ground to third base. Taylor Kirk on a very high hop, slings to first. Not in time. Ryder Robinson legs it out. An infield single. That's now 3 straight hits to begin the 7th inning. Of course, now only a runner on first base after Cerna was caught trying to go to second on the play prior.
It's a tough infield single, a high chopper. Robinson was late the pitch before, this time making contact. Of course, going opposite field. Tough play for Taylor Kirk.
I just screwed up my book even more. It doesn't even matter. Darn it.
Stages of grief.
What was that, denial or?
Acceptance now.
Pitch outside. 1-0 to the number 9 man, Cole Hansen. There's denial, anger, bargaining, depression.
Oh, never mind. That was depression. That was it. We're not to acceptance yet.
1 out, 1 on. And Hansen pops it up. Here we go. Right to me. To my right. Just kidding. Brody Briggs couldn't get it.
If they caught that ball, not a chance we had it. We weren't looking at the play at all on that one. Just the ball.
All right. In case you guys don't know, my lifelong dream is to catch a foul ball, and I thought that was it. I just completely blew the play-by-play. It wasn't even close.
It's right in front of us. We're looking up. You got to follow the ball.
It wasn't even close. My heart is still going. 1-1.
You would have had to trample me.
Pitch is launched deep to left center field. Dromboski going back on the warning track. He leaps, and it's gone. A 2-run home run for Cole Hansen. His first of the Cape League summer, and Y-D makes it a ball game. 5-3 Red Sox. 5-3 Hyannis.
Yeah, there's not much laughing for us to do on the broadcast after that. Really humbling us after an enjoyable moment. We were this close to a foul ball, and now Y-D is 2 runs closer to getting back into this ball game. Hansen from the bottom of the order. We talked about a DH batting 9th pregame. There he is as we get a pinch hitter for the top of the order now as Jake Souders out of the ball game. Now Dante Vicini coming off the bench.
1 of 2 lefties available for Scott Pickler. First pitch to him is a strike at the knees. 0-1. 0-1 is Charlie Adams is just laughing for no reason at this point. Like it was over. We had our laugh. Apparently not. Piccini down the right field line. That is a fair ball. It's going to roll into the corner. He's off to the races, rounding second, and he will stop there. Y-D just clawing back in this inning. Came in trailing 5-0. Felt like Hyannis' lead was honestly larger than it was just because Y-D hadn't been able to scrape anything across. But that is now 5 straight hits to start this 7th inning for the Red Sox.
And coming off the bench, that's tremendous work. Reason why Scotty Pickler went to the bench in the moment comes through. And these are hard hit balls. Outside of the Ryder Robinson infield single.
First pitch to Phoenix Call is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Liam Caneen now 27 pitches deep through an inning and a third. The 0-1 is sent on the line to center field. Drumboski coming in. He'll have to plate on a hop. Piccini will be stopped. Runners at the corners, and the tying run is on base.
This might be a chance for either Austin Wallace or Mitch Carricker to come out of the dugout.
Mitch Carricker is out. The Hyannis infield comes in. And the skipper might take the baseball from Liam Caneen. Has not made a motion yet. Still out there talking, and he's going to stay in this game.
Big spot with one out. Could just roll a double play here.
6 hits and 6 batters against Liam Caneen. And the only out was that Mateo Serna tried to stretch a single on an RBI into a double. Chase Tharnish with the tying run, 2 left turns away on first base. Piccini on third, Call on first. Caneen checks over on Call, and he's back with a head-first dive. 3 runs for the Red Sox here in the last of the 7th inning. Pitch 29 of the relief appearance for Liam Caneen coming up. Righty comes home. Fastball swing and a miss. No balls and a strike.
Y-D's now out hitting Hyannis with 6 hits here in the inning.
8 hits for the Red Sox, 7 for the Harbor Hawks. The 0-1 pitch. Tharnish checked his swing. It got by Briggs, and he got bailed out by Kevin Saxton. It would have been a wild pitch. They appeal if he went. Mike Chukerman says he did not. And taking second base, Phoenix Call on what is a wild pitch.
Harbor Hawks catching a break. Now the double play is off. Infield stays back, at least in the middle here.
Tying run in scoring position. 1-1. Sent in the air to right field. Clay Thompson makes the catch. Piccini's coming home, and he will score. Y-D has made this a 1-run ball game.
So I've been talking about the cushion the Harbor Hawks have had. It's gone now. And the tying run 90 feet away. Some big innings coming up for the Harbor Hawks bullpen. This is one of the biggest chances for the Hyannis to make up guaranteed ground in the West Division.
Nobody else playing today. It's just Hyannis and Y-D, the lone show on the Cape. Kevin Takeuchi, the recipient of strike one. And how fitting is this? How fitting of a story is this? Hyannis scored 4 of its runs in the 5th inning. Kevin Takeuchi made 2 errors. Now he's got a chance to tie the game and maybe give them a lead should he hit a home run here. One pitch downstairs, 1-1.
When you make 2 errors like that, cost your team runs, you have to reset quickly. If you can come through at the plate, completely forgiven.
1-1 the count. The pitch on the way. Takeuchi swings and taps it foul over by the on-deck circle where Tommy Gooden waits. Hyannis looking to stop the bleeding and leave this 7th inning with a lead. Harbor Hawks on top. 5-4. Tying run 90 feet away. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Liam Canine ends up finishing the inning. But Y-D makes it a ball game. It's 5-4 heading to the 8th on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the 8th inning, brought to you by Easton Propane. Hometown Heroes is proud to recognize our hometown heroes throughout the Cape. If you're active duty military, a veteran, police, fire, or EMT personnel, you are eligible for a discount. Let's take a look at the scores around the league presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel
We're going
and
to have
Tourism.
a hard time doing that today, Max. Take a look.
Hyannis on top of Y-D, 5-4, heading to the top of the 8th inning. So that's your around the league. We got a great ball game. It's time to focus up here in the broadcast booth. Henry Zener to lead it off. First pitch to him is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Caden Roach still out on the mound for Y-D. It's been a defensive switch. Chase Tharnish moves from left to right field, and Dante Vicini remains in the game as a left fielder. Zener takes upstairs, count level 1-1. Hyannis now looking for some insurance. They came into the bottom of the 7th with a 5-run lead as the 1-1 pitch up and away, 2-1 to Henry Zener, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Now, just a 1-run lead. 5-4 Harbor Hawks on top of Y-D. Two-one Zener, big swing and a miss on a breaking ball low. Roach has looked strong in relief as the count back even, 2-2. He's the 4th arm used tonight by Scott Pickler.
Nothing going on in the Y-D bullpen. Van Froling warming up for Hyannis.
Here's the 2-2. Zener swings, taps on the ground, right side of the infield. Armando Briseño, the second baseman, slings to first in time for out number 1.
And that's one play too late for your perfect book.
Didn't have to rub it in, but yes. Taylor Kirk standing in with 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the 8th. The shadows continue to creep further onto the Hyannis infield, or the Y-D infield, I should say. Kirk has not been retired tonight. 2 for 2 with a walk and takes ball 1 high. He doubled back in the 2nd inning, walked in the 5th and scored a run, and singled in the 6th. Want to know the count? And the pitch on the way. Kirk swings and taps it foul behind the plate, 1-1.
Doesn't look like we're running into any light outs here tonight. Of course, down to the 4:30 starts.
1-1 pitch coming up to Kirk. Offering on the way. It's a breaking ball. Called strike over the outside corner, 1-2. Am I correct that sometimes the games will start at 4?
I think I think Patuit might.
I believe Brewster begins games at 4 sometimes.
Let's go to the last game of the season. Everybody's at 4:30. Bunch of 4:30s here.
Here's the 1-2. Kirk takes low, 2-2. Been plenty of lightouts this summer, but mostly because of the cloudy skies. Tonight, that's not a problem. Not a single cloud in the sky. 2-2, Kirk swings and fouls it into the mitt of Mateo Cerna. How about 5 up, 5 down in relief for Caden Roach, and he's punched out 3.
These innings have gotten so much more important after the big bottom of the 7th.
Two outs, nobody on. Up comes Brody Briggs. Caden Roach is rolling. 24 pitches, 15 for strikes. First pitch, fastball clips the upside part of the zone. 0-1. Brody Briggs, who knows the zone more than anybody, did not like the call from Kevin Saxton. Oh, 1 the count. The pitch on the way. Briggs takes downstairs 1-1.
Yeah, your perfect book was far from perfect.
What are you talking about?
Yarmouth Dennis is 15-3 on the road. So I think it was a wash from the beginning.
1-1 fouled into the mitt of Cerna. 1-2. To be fair, you were overlooking.
No, I take no blame.
Okay. Hyannis looking for a 2-out base runner. 1-2 count coming up to Brody Briggs. Caden Roach out of the stretch. Looking to go 6 up, 6 down in relief of Burchard. Here's the pitch. He swings and misses, strike 3. Whitey's got momentum. They're trailing 5-4 heading to the bottom of the 8th inning.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Well, with this 11-game, 11-day stretch, Mitch Carricker sending out Liam Caneen for another inning of work. Caneen threw a lot of pitches in the bottom of the 7th inning and is currently sitting at 35. 25 have gone for strikes. We mentioned earlier that Van Froling was warming up in the Hyannis bullpen. He will presumably coming in relief of Canine should things get hairy. But Tommy Gooden to lead it off, the lone lefty in the starting 9 for Scott Pickler. It'll be 5, 6, 7. Gooden, Briseño, and Mateo Serna. If anybody gets on, Ryder Robinson will have a chance. But Chaz, all of Hyannis' momentum is pretty much gone. They do have a 1-run lead, but Y-D so far 4 unanswered runs dating back to the last of the 7th.
Now, Liam Canine stays in against a lefty.
First pitch outside to Gooden, 1-0. Froling is a lefty who's been warming in the Hyannis pen. Harbor Hawks used 3 arms last night as Canine can't find the zone on the 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Righty on the mound, behind in the count, 2-0, looking to battle back. Fastball that did not catch the knees, 3-0, and now you got to figure this is going to be a take sign all the way.
We'll see really how long the leash is here. A bit surprising to see him out here to start the inning. Hasn't retired the leadoff man yet in his relief appearance.
Here's the 3-0. Up and away for ball 4. A leadoff walk on 4 pitches, and Tommy Gooden 2 left turns away from tying this game.
Was not very close on that 4th ball. And another leadoff man reaches, spelling trouble.
It's only the first walk of the day, as there's going to be a pinch runner coming on base for Tommy Gooden. Y-D is playing for first place in the Eastern Division. Only 2 pitches ahead of Brewster, and Brock Kettleson will be the pinch runner for Gooden.
Scott Pickler is unafraid to use his bench anytime the Harbor Hawks have faced this Y-D Red Sox team.
First pitch on the way to Briseño is low. That's now 5 balls to start the inning for Liam Canine.
We're used to seeing Brock Kettleson in the outfield, coming in for a first baseman in Tommy Gooden.
Might be seeing some defensive changes in the top of the 9th. Kettleson has stolen 5 bases for the Red Sox. That's 3rd on the team. Y-D is a team 58 swipes. Not running, and the 1-0 pitch is lined into left field. That's a base hit. Kettleson stops at second. They go station to station. The Red Sox put the go-ahead run on first base in the tying and scoring position.
Just 2 hits until Liam Canine's bottom of the 7th.
Brody Briggs calls time. Mitch Carricker is currently not out. The Hyannis infield converging on the hill. And now Mitch Carricker will make his way out to the mound, and he is making a call to Van Froling. 2 on and nobody down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll take a quick step aside on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
When I started teaching on the Cape 30 years ago, you could buy a house on a teacher's salary. But today, teachers, public safety officers, healthcare and hospitality workers, the people who make the Cape work, are struggling to find homes they can afford. And I really worry about the kids who will follow us. I think it's time we learn to do better.
If housing on Cape Cod matters to you, join us at capehousingmatters.org.
When you need to dig, lift, move, cut, or just about anything else, then dial up the rental source staffed with equipment and construction experts. They'll help you get the right machine for the job and make sure it's delivered when and where you need it. With locations across New England and the newest and most reliable inventory, Milton Rents is your local source.
When I started teaching on the Cape 30 years ago, you could buy a house on a teacher's salary. But today, teachers, public safety officers, healthcare and hospitality workers, the people who make the Cape work, are struggling to find homes they can afford. And I really worry about the kids who will follow us. I think it's time we learn to do better.
If housing on Cape Cod matters to you, join us at capehousingmatters.org.
Van Froling is the new arm for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, making his 8th appearance of the Cape League summer, and he struggled at 9 ERA, an inning and 2/3 on 2 hits, 1 earned run his last time out on the 23rd against Bourne. I mean, he's had some nice outings. He went 4 scoreless against Katuitt earlier in the month, but Hyannis is looking for his best stuff right here with 0 room for error.
No room for error. He gave up 5 runs at Bourne on July 1st. Biggest blow-up to that 9 ERA. He's worked it down since, especially thanks to 4 innings of relief against Katuitt on the 12th of July, going scoreless with 7 strikeouts. And the Harbor Hawks will have to hope that's the Van Froling taking the mound here.
Mateo Cerna to greet the new Hyannis arm. From the righty Canine to the lefty Froling. Cerna, 1 out of 3, showing a bunt, takes it back and takes ball 1.
It's a good sacrifice chance here. Try to put both runners in scoring position.
Kettleson on second and Briseño on first. 1-0 the count. The pitch on the way, squaring, and he pops it up. Andrew Lamb at first, lets it drop. It should have been a infield fly. They get the out at second, now to third. They got Kettleson in a rundown. It wasn't high enough to be an infield fly. It is a subjective call, and Hyannis gets its best case scenario. 2 down.
Smart play from Andrew Lamb.
Heads up baseball from Andrew Lamb.
What's the worst that can happen? You let the ball drop, and either they call it an infield fly or they don't. But all the runners were all over the place on the base paths at that point.
Just like that, 2 outs. The tying run on first and a chopper to third base from Ryder Robinson. They go the short way, and Van Froling is out of the jam. Andrew Lamb in an IQ well over 100 ends this bottom of the 8th inning. We're heading to the 9th. 5-4 Harbor Hawks.
When it comes to delicious food, the best place to start is with great appliances. And Cam Appliances is your one-stop shop for any budget with brands like Thermador, Viking, Bosch, GE, and so much more. Cam Appliances, sales, delivery, installation, and service in the heart of your home with locations in Hyannis, Nantucket, and Hanover.
If you need to dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else, dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts, Milton Rents, your local source.
Back here now in the top of the 9th inning, Hyannis looking for insurance. After an eventful end to the 8th inning, the official ruling is Mateo Cerna grounded into a double play on a bunt, 3-6 to 5. And I've subsequently learned that you cannot get an infield fly called on a bunt. I played baseball my whole life. I broadcasted baseball for over 2 years. I'm just going to be honest. I didn't know the rule.
You're never too old to
learn something
new. Or about baseball.
Or learn something new.
There's the classic Yarmouth Dennis defensive substitution drops as Phoenix call for the 3rd time in 4 games goes from center field to the infield. He's playing second base now. And Jace Tharnish playing his 3rd position tonight. He's heading to center field. From right field, Kevin Takeuchi heads over to first base. Kettleson, the new right fielder, and Brasino, the new third baseman.
Matt Einish will take strike one from Caden Roach. Hyannis looking for insurance here in the top of the ninth on top 5-4. Einish shows to bunt, gets it down. It's good down the third base line. They're going to let it roll, and it will roll. Fair! It rolled back in play, and Hyannis has a leadoff knock.
These bunts from the Harbor Hawks in these past games, and one of them belongs to Nick Dromboski. He's up to the plate now. He had a beautiful bunt yesterday down the first base line in a sacrifice situation that he legged out for a single.
Third hit of the day for Matt Einish. And here's Dromboski. Showing a bunt, pulling it back, and taking well inside 1-0. Dromboski playing in just his fourth game of the summer, but he's hit safely in the first three. And 0 for 3 with 3 punch-outs and a walk. So he's reached safely all 4, but looking to keep that hit streak alive. On 1-0, he shows the bunt, pulls it back, and takes ball 2. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League, and any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. Speed on first base, and Einish, he stole home in this game back in the first inning. Here's a 2-0. Dromboski squares the bunt and taps it foul in front of the plate. It's now a fair ball, as it was Mateo Cerno who waited, fielded it in fair territory, and threw to first. The sacrifice is complete as Einish moves up 90 feet.
An insurance run could be huge for the Harbor Hawks, and now with the runner in scoring position with some speed, Jax Jimenez gets the chance to drive him in.
Jimenez 1 out of 3 with a double and a walk. Would love to trade places with Matt Einish. The double for Jimenez back in the second, his first of the summer. First pitch fastball high from Roach, 1-0. Previously, his 2 extra base hits, 1 home run, and 1 triple. 1-0 the count with Einish on second base. Roach takes a look back at him and comes home. A breaking ball swing and a miss, count even 1-1. Four unanswered runs for Y-D. Hyannis on top by 1. Here in the top of the ninth. Roach looks back at Einish. Righty kicks and fires. Jimenez squares the bunt. Now will pull it back and take inside as the count swings in his favor. 2 balls and a strike. Jax Jimenez has now hit safely in 9 games. As Einish runs on the pitch, Jimenez chops it on the ground to second base. Phoenix call to first. Einish takes third, but now with 2 outs in the inning.
Still a wild pitch away from getting across here. No wild pitches from Roach.
Charlie Bates standing in. 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4 with 2 strikeouts. He snapped an 0 for 11 with that single back in the 5th. First pitch, swing and a miss. Nothing in 1 from Roach, who has been stellar in relief. Einish's single to start this inning broke up a string of 6 in a row, retired through his first 6 batters. Hyannis Insurance 90 feet away. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Bates swings and taps it on the ground to the right side of the infield. Phoenix call at second. Goes to first in time. We got a good one, folks. 5-4 Hyannis heading to the bottom of the 9th inning at Red Wilson Field.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Back here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network, and here we go. Y-D on top of the Eastern Division, 26-7-1. They have been stellar all summer. Hyannis a chance to split the season series. The Harbor Hawks lead the Red Sox 5-4. Now in the last of the ninth inning, Y-D will send 9-1-2 up against Van Froling, Cole Hansen, Dante Vicini, and Phoenix Call. Froling had probably the most eventful entrance to this game. He came in with runners on first and second, nobody out, the tying run in scoring position in the bottom of the eighth inning. And then Mateo Serna bunted into a 3-6-5 double play. It was a pop-up on the bunt to Andrew Lamb at first. He let it drop through to shortstop for the force out, and then they caught Brock Kettleson in a rundown between second and third, 3-6-5. The next batter, Ryder Robinson, grounded out into a 5-4 fielder's choice. It was unbelievable, and you cannot bunt into an infield fly. It was first and second, nobody out. Andrew Lamb heads up baseball, and Van Froling looking to close out what has been an electric game. Cole Hansen will take strike one.
It's not too hard to trust the defense of Hyannis. They've been solid all season, and when you have an infield smart as that to help you out of a jam.
Here's the 0-1. Hansen swings, sends it in the air to center field. Nick Dromboski, the center fielder, has out number one.
That's all it's going to take. In the seventh inning, of course, 6 hits for this Red Sox offense where the balls in play were getting through. But eventually they'll find the gloves, and even if it's some hard contact like from Hansen.
Top of the order, due up for Y-D. And it's a pinch hitter, Reed Howard, taking over for Dante Vicini. Vicini had one AB and doubled back in the seventh inning and scored a run. Howard swings at the first pitch, lines it to center. Dromboski has a beat on it for out number two.
That's an Adam ball right there. First pitch swinging off the bench. Just right at Dromboski.
Phoenix Call, the last hope for Y-D. 1 out of 3 with a single. He was also hit by a pitch. Van Froling looking to close out a 5-4 decision for the Harbor Hawks. First pitch on the way is fouled off to the right. Out of play, 0-1.
Red Sox are unafraid to swing first pitch. That was just the fourth pitch of the bottom of the ninth.
0-1 the count, the pitch on the way. Backdoor bender just outside. Count level, a ball and a strike apiece with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Hyannis lost the first 2 games against Y-D. They beat the Red Sox 9-2 in the fourth. And on a 5-4 advantage here is the 1-1 outside, 2-1. Scott Pickler has unloaded the clip on the bench. Only one remaining hitter eligible. 2-1, fouled back. And Y-D is down to its final strike.
Twos are hot.
4 unanswered runs for the Red Sox. They trail 5-4 here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 2-2 the count. Rolling. Out of the windup, kicks and fires high. Tensions are rising. 3-2. Phoenix Call. The tying run at the plate. 3-2 the count, pitch on the way. Swing and a miss! Hyannis slays the Dragon. They take down Y-D 5-4 in a thriller. Van Froling with his back against the door sets down 5 straight Red Sox, and Hyannis splits the season series with the Beast of the East, Y-D.
And how about trusting Van Froling in that spot to close out this game and how he responded? That's a big win, especially there in that 8th inning. Getting out of that inning scoreless, he started to realize this game, despite Y-D's best efforts, might be heading Hyannis' way, and Froling did a great job to close off what was a tremendous start from Ryan Bosch.
Ryan Bosch gets the win. 5 scoreless innings for him. The starter for Y-D, Dimitri Anhalakos, gets the loss. He drops to 2-1. Van Froling gets his first save of the Cape League summer in what was an electric one since the very first pitch. Hyannis started this game with a run in the first inning. Matt Einish, a leadoff double. They got some insurance back in the 5th inning, a 4-run 5th, 2 errors at third base for Kevin Takeuchi. And it seemed like everything was trending in the right direction until it wasn't. Bottom of the 7th inning, 4 runs come across for Y-D, and that's an inning that they started